Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Rugby Championship. This one, New Zealand taking on Argentina. Now, we have just witnessed the game take place between South Africa and Australia, and the South Africans winning that game comfortably, getting themselves the bonus point, which now puts them at the top of the Rugby Championship table. Whereas in this game, New Zealand, theoretically, if they want to move to first, or Argentina, for that matter, they would have to win this game by a margin larger than 26 points. So it would have to be a pretty one-sided contest. It's at Sky Stadium, and it's a very intriguing game because we have seen New Zealand in their series up against the English. They were able to squeeze wins in games that at times it looked like maybe they weren't going to get themselves the victories. Whereas for Argentina, they had a 1-1 series up against the French. They dominated up against Uruguay though, so I feel like they will come into this game with quite a lot of confidence, and hopefully it is going to be a relatively close game. Looking through at the starting lineup, that's Australia. Here we go. Here's New Zealand. It is going to be Ethan de Groot, Cody Taylor, and Tyrell Lomax as the front row. Pretty stock standard for New Zealand in terms of what they have done recently and what they will continue to do in the future as well. Tupavai and Sam Derry. Now, that is due to the injuries of Tui Pelotu as well as Scott Barrett. It means that we get to see the young players get a massive chance. Sam Derry having his debut up against the Fijians in the last contest. He came off the bench, so this will be a starting debut for the All Blacks here. Ethan Blackadder at number 6 with Dalton Papali'i, and then Artie Savia as the number 8. Now, they have got plenty of depth when it comes to that loose forward trio. We saw Sam Cane added back in the mix. We've seen Sama Penifino, Luke Jacobson. You've got guys in the NPC at the moment playing brilliantly, whether that is Peter Lakai, Satutu, any of those guys could make their way in. Worst comes to worst. But for now, Blackadder, Papali'i, and Savia are the three that the All Blacks have gone with in terms of that 9-10 combination. This is where they've gone towards experience rather than the inexperience of Cortez Ratama. They have got TJ Perenara as that starting 9. He did get injured in the first match up against the English. Damian McKenzie at 10 more than likely will have the kicking responsibilities for this game as well. Geordie Barrett and Anton Leonard-Brown as the midfield combination. No Rico Ioane at 13. It's a big call, but I think it is the right one. Ioane's been struggling for form for quite a bit of time, so this is the perfect chance to put someone who is in great form in Anton Leonard-Brown into that starting side. Mark Delia at number 11 with Sevu Reece out on the right wing, and then Beauden Barrett at number 15. In terms of the Argentine side, they have got a pretty similar lineup to what we have seen throughout their matches up against the French. Thomas Cachot, Ignacio Ruiz, and Eduardo Bello as the front row. Molina and Rubiolo in the locking duo. So no Thomas Lavanini. Now that is quite an interesting one because normally that man is extremely dangerous when it comes to their line-out, but not being able to use him in this contest for the starting lineup, you know, it might mean that those young two for New Zealand aren't actually put under as much pressure as we would first anticipate for this contest. In terms of their loose forward trio, though, this is where there is a lot of skill. Pablo Matera, Marcos Crema, and also Juan Mata Gonzalez there as the number 8. Gonzalo Bertrano and Santiago Herreras will be the 9-10 combo. Santiago Chocabarez and Lucio Cinti in the midfield with Mateo Carez, Matias Maroni, and Juan Cruz Malia at number 15. So both sides have a lot of talent, and both sides have a strong potential of doing well in this game. We've seen Argentina up against New Zealand in New Zealand do decently before. Question is, can they do it again here for the Rugby Championship? You have Argentina by 30, relaxing Kiwi. You go to that to the wind, bro. We have the All Blacks not good now, says relaxing Kiwi. And also we get the ABs 29-12 is Tim K's prediction. All right, Hamish Rugby fans, just woke up and seen the previous game score. It's not going to be a fun tournament for the Wallabies, is it? Probably not. Unfortunately, that first game up against the Springboks, if that is a sign of things to come, it's going to be a pretty hard competition overall. Although the Wallabies, it can't get worse, I don't believe, than last year. They only got 1 point throughout last year's competition. This year, I'd like to think they'll get more than just the 1, but it might only be by a few more. All right, Hamish, can you please say my name? Shout out to you, Ollie. We've got their ABs really need to knuckle down, says Kevin, and All Blacks should put 50 on these guys, go on to put 60 on the box, then lose to Samoa in the World Cup final, says Doctor, and your score prediction, I think I went 35-15 in this one. Did you manage to get a Fanta in there, Hamish? I did not. I pretty much had about 2 or 3 minutes, so what I did was I ate like 2, they were little chocolate biscuit things. That bit of hair is going to annoy me because it's clearly coming through, but yeah, a couple chocolate biscuits, and that was all I had time for in between. It can always get worse, says Robert. Check the tickets available for this game on Available, and most of them were still available. Says Freshman there, and AB's gone woke, says a relaxing Kiwi in there as well. But looking through at the benches for these two sides, ladies and gentlemen. Looking through, first of all, at New Zealand, they have got a Safa Moore, Ofa Tuangafasi, and Fletcher Null as the front row. Josh Lord and Wallace Satiti, couple Chiefs men there at 19 and 20. Then Cortez Aratama alongside Rico Ioane, and then Will Jordan, the long-awaited return. The last time we saw that man for an All Blacks side was actually that Rugby World Cup final. So the fact that he is back is going to be massive. The question is, when do they decide to give him that opportunity? Do they wait till the last 20 minutes or perhaps near half-time, depending on how the match is going? That might be when we see Will Jordan added back in. Now, he did actually play for Tasman last week in the Bunnings NPC pre-season to play about 50 or 60 minutes, so he has got that under his belt, and that is good news for the All Blacks, the fact that he is able to play some decent minutes, even though he's off the bench. But Argentina, Augustine Crevi, I should say, Mako Vivas and Joel Scalevi there. At number 18, Elias Lavanini as the lock and loose forward replacements of Yedo. At number 21, Bazan Velez, and then Thomas Albanos there for the Argentinians. But we are getting close to the start of this game, ladies and gentlemen. Only 10 minutes away. It has been flying by. If you haven't already, be sure, of course, to put in those score predictions. Okay, hello, mate. All good? Hope you're well, too. We have good there. Go the box. Says 92 Rhino and All Blacks is playing good rugby. And morning, evening, Hamish in the chat. Welcome in, mate. If you are doing well as well. Raratama will come on later in the game. I believe so. I think that they'll try and test out TJ Perenara a little bit. He did have that injury up against the English in the first test match of the series. So at the same time as they will want to give Cortez Aratama some game time, alongside that you also want to be able to give, just in case, you want to give TJ some more time as well. Is TJ leading the haka? I believe he will be, yes. I should mention, new captain for this game. Seeing as Scott Barrett is injured, it means that Artie Savia will have the captaincy for this match. And then alongside that, it is going to be the vice-captains of Cody Taylor and Geordie Barrett for this matchup. If we lose by less than 40, consider it a win for Argentina, says Nicholas. South Africa are sure number 1 in the world, says Thislaroo. And also we were there 31-19, or sorry, 39-12 is the prediction from Itchy Nats. Lovely. Will slow mode suit you better for this chat, seeing that you're receiving more views and comments in the chat, says bystander? It probably would, but at the same time, like, I don't think we have too many people who actually spam, which is good news. So that's a bit of a bonus. Pablo Matera, the captain of Argentina, he will be looking forward to taking a chance at Sky Stadium. It's just going to be a really intriguing game. Come on, guys. Where's your loyalty and faith in the shirt? AB's win by 13, says Socks. This will be some game, says Kerno Wick. And I do hope, this is going to sound harsh, but I do hope that Argentina do more than we saw from the Australians. I feel like we do need to see a big-time step up here from Argentina, because they honestly have the ability of winning this game. And I feel like that's something that we cannot underestimate about this Los Pumas side, is they could win if New Zealand aren't clinical and if Argentina do play the better game of rugby. They are just showing their Tyrell Lomax in the starting lineup alongside Ethan de Groot and Cody Taylor, the front row that New Zealand have used time and time again. And it does seem like it is the one that they want to keep occupying that front three. Although, you know, some people saying maybe he could have made his way into the starting side. I think with Cody Taylor having the vice captaincy, though, that meant that he did get himself. And then what's the weather like? It's dark at the moment, unfortunately, but no rain from what I can see. Probably a chilly enough evening in Wellington, maybe about, I'd say, 10 degrees if you're lucky. Certainly doesn't look like it does just behind me. You're back in Hamish. My prediction for this game was 35-15 in favour of New Zealand, but I said that that scoreline could actually be considered as harsh against both teams. Because when you think about it, is it harsh to say that Argentina are going to lose by 20, or is it harsh to say that New Zealand will only win by 20? I think the first maybe 20 minutes or so of this game is really going to show us what type of game we are in for, whether or not it's going to be a clinical New Zealand performance or whether Argentina are going to be able to make the All Blacks dig deep like they had to up against the English. Argentina, they lost their first game of their July internationals up against the French, 28 points to 13. They then came back and won the second, 33 points to 25, and then a big win over the Uruguayans, winning at 79 points to 5. And Argentina by 15, and Argentina will win, says Relaxing Kiwis. AB's all the way, says John Wilson, and New Zealand will win 27 points to 13, depending on who turns up for Argentina if New Zealand stays disciplined, says Iran there as well. But both sides just about to make their way out of the tunnel, ladies and gentlemen, for this matchup. Pablo Matera, the man leading his side onto the field. It feels weird not having Julian Montoya in that starting lineup. Instead it is Inacio Ruiz with the option off the bench of Augustin Crevi. 101 test matches for Pablo Matera. Back for more. Your voice holding up well, Mr. H, says Glenn Woods. Yeah, hopefully it does stick around for the rest of this live stream and it doesn't end up completely cutting out. All Blacks will win, but I hope Argentina is at least competitive, says Sakabula. And we have got the ABs by 29, Pumas 17, says Zion. Yeah, just showing 3 games for New Zealand. They won up against England 16 points to 5. Their second game, they won 24 points to 17. And then up against the Fijians, 47 points to 5. So both sides have had their up and downs, you could say. New Zealand on a 3-match winning streak. Argentina, with the exception of that first game, have been looking extremely strong throughout their contests. And in a game in Wellington, 73 test matches for Anton Leonard-Brown. It has been due for a while for that man to be in the starting lineup. I put big money on Argentina. Says Relaxing Kiwi, get paid boys, back Argentina paying lots. Says Relaxing Kiwi, and good evening, says Gary. And I think the Pumas will do all right. They certainly have the ability to counter a blowout, says Sebastian. And yeah, I think the biggest concern is when you look through at the last 2 games that these two sides have played. One of which was in the World Cup semi-final. New Zealand winning, I think it was 44 points to 6. The last time that they played before that was the Rugby Championship. New Zealand going to Argentina and still winning it by around that 35-point margin. I think it was maybe 47-12 or something like that the last time that they played before the semi-final. Harsh reality for Australia. They're a very long way to go before they're even close to the top 5 in the world, says Connor Cahill. We've got the Argentine national anthem just being played around Sky Stadium. Then we are ready to go for this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. But anyone who is new, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is greatly appreciated. You all being here for this contest. We have got plenty of action that will be taking place in the near future, covering all games of the Rugby Championship. And, of course, plenty of other action alongside that. We've got the November internationals that we also have 42-12, says Warren, in that game. And also Sebastian, buenos dias, amigo. Relaxing Kiwi, you're full of, take Kiwi out of your name, says Trajan. Now, second half, of course, will be very taxing if it is played at the same pace that we saw South Africa versus Australia be played at. They have to get through this first half first. Oh, yeah, I've got their throw a like on the Nice Man stream. Says Joseph, Relaxing Kiwis is not relaxing. He's typically, he's typing manically, says PS. And All Blacks haven't won a test in the capital in 5 years, says NZ Riot. South Africa got a great win over Australia in Australia. Would it be, if as a Kiwi, I wanted to see Argentina win by 80 points and see the social chaos erupt in the aftermath? That is quite scary, Martin, to be honest. Like, even just the win for for Argentina would be absolutely massive here. And I feel like that is the big goal for this Argentine side. They've got the players to do it. They just have to back themselves and see whether or not they can, I guess, capitalise on New Zealand's mistakes is going to be the big one. New Zealand national anthem just about to be sung. Will you show the game? Says Zami. Sadly, due to licensing, any match footage or audio gets you taken straight off YouTube, but we will be doing the play-by-play commentary, letting you know exactly what is happening out on the field as it is happening. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. Thanks for another year sharing the Rugby Championship with us, brother. Cheer from Amsterdam, says Luca Q. Yeah, it feels weird to say that this is, I believe, our 4th year of doing the Rugby Championship, I believe, on the channel. Or at least very close. Maybe, yeah, it's either 4 or 3 years that we've been doing it now, which is quite impressive in some regards. I do say so myself. I would like to see how the All Blacks form and what is. Says PS. And yeah, the fact that they've got Anton Leonard-Brown in the starting lineup, I think shows that they're willing to take a step in the right direction in terms of putting informed players in. Chloe back to crush on Hamish or follow some rugby, says Ryan. And Argentina win, says Relaxing Kiwi. So yeah, anyone who hasn't already, be sure to get in your score predictions for this matchup. We are only less than 5 minutes away. In fact, probably less than 3 minutes away from the start of this contest. Currently in the Rugby Championship standings, South Africa are at the top of the bunch. They have got themselves a nice points differential of plus 26. So if New Zealand or Argentina want to go above them, they have to win this game by 3 or more tries, and they have to win it by 27 points to take that number 1 spot off of the Springboks. New Zealand are winners of the Rugby Championship 2024, and AB's to put on a clinic, says JDB, and there as well. Rico Ioane off the bench in this game, alongside Will Jordan, the return for him. I was very close with my prediction, and where is the crowd? Lol, says Music Kiwi. Yeah, it doesn't seem like Wellington's that popular, although it is a large stadium. Although, saying that, I think we still would have liked to see them sell this one out, because New Zealand only limited games taking place in New Zealand for the Rugby Championship. And I was wondering why I didn't get a hands up or heads up from your channel. I was subscribed, but it didn't show. Well, it showed it wasn't, says Mysterion. That is weird. I think YouTube do that sometimes. I don't really know how it works, but sometimes they forget to notify certain people, unfortunately. Can we ban the cliche put on a clinic, says Martin Smith. And I'll be leading the haka today, says Manny M. And it looks like TJ Perenara is back and leading the haka here for New Zealand. He's also in the starting lineup and hit the 3-year mark during the Rugby Championship to many more, says Sebastian. There we go, 36 months that Sebastian has been a member of the channel, which is absolutely insane. But greatly appreciated, Seb, of course. What was I watching? Oh, me and George were reacting to something on the entertainment channel. It had some Romanian in it, so I'll need you to translate that at some point. I would say, to be fair, can we say to be sure? Says Glenn, and Rico will come off the bench onto the wing, says Tanai. It could be a possibility. Marcos Kremer looking fired up. As long as he doesn't throw any punches today, she'll be right. Although he does like really getting in there. Physicality is normally at the forefront for that man. The All Blacks doing kamate. And then from there, we will be into the start of this match. Pumas love playing in Welly, says Relaxing Kiwis. It's kamate tonight, says Rodney. It certainly is. The All Blacks looking fired up. This game and the one next week, it is going to be a tester to see who is going to be playing up against the South Africans when New Zealand head to South Africa in only a few months. We have got them behind because I missed a lot of months from, was Paddy, so 21 months. Thank you very much, mate. And then we've also got Dylan there, who was a member for 10 months. Has also seen go the ABs. The big haka, they look fired up at the moment, New Zealand. They do not want to suffer a defeat at the start of this Rugby Championship. They know their best chance of making it through to face or to lift that trophy is to be 2 wins up heading into South Africa. The Bulls will have a PSI of only 17 for this game. This is to encourage no kicking and more passing. Says Martin, viewers showing off their loyalty, love it. Says Sebastian and Bok, says LB. The referee in charge of this game, it will be Angus Gardner for this matchup. Nick Berry, he is going to be one of the assistant referees. We are now ready to go for this match, ladies and gents. Do let me know your first try scorers as well in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, while we are at it. Let's see who gets it right. I'm going to say first try of the match, Sever Reese, even though he probably won't. But the last time I kind of went with him, I think he got it. So hopefully that's going to be the case in this one as well. All Blacks have won just 1 of their last 6 matches in Wellington, they have shown. So this is where their record is the worst, but up against this Argentine side, perhaps that is where the momentum will shift. They've just shown there the last team to beat New Zealand in Wellington was actually Argentina. But we are underway now for this contest, ladies and gentlemen. Argentina kicking off from left to right. The opening contest for the two sides of their Rugby Championship campaigns. Nicely taken by Mark Dallaire. Offloads to Ardi Savi, and already the Argentines put in physicality into those breakdowns. Derry first try, it's never marked Alia with you, hey Amish, says Grant. Now TJ Perenara kicking the ball downfield for the All Blacks, stays in the field of play. Juan Martin, I almost said Gonzalez, but it is Juan Cruz Malia for this game. A big run forward from Argentina with Molina back into the pocket now. Juan Cruz Malia, change of direction here on the short side. Goes out to Juan Martin Gonzalez, tackled by Barrett as well as Ethan Blackadder. Argentina showing off a lot of intent early on in this match. Carreras going back across, short ball. Goes to Pablo Matera, the captain with over 100 caps to his name. Now to the left-hand side, Herreras almost goes through, finds the offload, pass on the outside. Bowden Barrett is there to save the All Blacks, but that could have been a try straight away for Argentina. Brilliant start to the match for Los Pumas, as they almost got themselves on the try sheet first. Kia ora, mate, says, stay hungry, welcome in. And we have good there, good to see Ethan is fit to play, says Mysterion, and Talia, says Itchy. And there as well, but a great interception from Bowden Barrett to stop the ball from going to Mateo Carreras, because if he had got that ball, perhaps Argentina could have already been on the try sheet, but they will only be 5 metres out from the line. New Zealand defending the line out. Ignacio Ruiz, his first throw of the game for Argentina. They're going short side again here. This is a brilliant start, but they have to turn it into something. Juan Martin Gonzalez, he is pushed over the touchline, helped up by his opposite number, Adi Savia, but that is now going to be a scrum feed for New Zealand, only 5 metres out from their line. New Zealand have spent too much time concentrating on content creation and their USA holiday. Argentina are going to have famous victory, says J Mac. Now, what's your big call for the full-time score in this match? I see 35-15 in favour of New Zealand. But I think that Argentina have started this match extremely well, and I hope that they can keep this intensity throughout the full 80 minutes, because if they can do so, they will have New Zealand under a lot of pressure, but it's going to be thrown in nicely, taken by Sam Derry there. Goes across DJ Perenara to Savia now. Only 7 metres out, and that's the penalty going the way of New Zealand. Offside against Argentina. Bit of a reprieve for New Zealand, and they will be able to kick this ball downfield. Argentina do have it all. Argentina have a good chance to win. Argentina wins, says Relaxing Kiwis. Shout out to Cameron and David, listening live from Vanuatu tonight. Says Greg, so a big shout out to you, Cameron and David. Line out throw for New Zealand. New Zealand need to get it out of there. Says Blue here. You're hanging around too much just inside of their 22. Now with that penalty, like I mentioned, that is exactly what New Zealand needed to be able to relieve that pressure. Cody Taylor now to throw this ball in. Claimed by Derry at line out time. Now looking for this rolling maul. With the new rules, once you are told to use it once, you have to use it. You do not get a second crack. Going short side, Cody Taylor, he's just going to be bulldozed down by Argentina. Now, across to Tyrell Lomax. After Severis plays half. Perenara looking for the box kick and does get it nice and high for the All Blacks down towards the 22. Reese tried to slap it back, but it's claimed very well by Santiago Herreras. Argentina might do decent damage in their defence, says Bandito. And that's the thing, they're a very dangerous side, Argentina, when they are firing. And I think that they will play a little bit more of an attacking style of rugby in this game compared to what we have seen in their series up against the French. History shows if you hit the ABs hard in the first 20, you can win by knocking out our confidence, says Martin Smith. But now Juan Cruz Malia passes across there on the outside. Santiago Herreras hits it again to Matias Maroni. Spent some time playing in the centres, but for this game he is out on that right wing. Matera, that ball's available for Savia. Stolen by the ABs. Rough pass from Anton Leonard Brown. Ball sits up for Argentina. Matias Maroni. It's about a 3-on-1. He's going to pin his ears back and he's in a Barrett sandwich almost. Blackadder has to get involved. There was a knock on, or was there? It's the penalty to New Zealand. What is this penalty for? Diving in off the feet. I was going to say Geordie Barrett might have got a little bit lucky there that he didn't end up getting penalised for not rolling away in that breakdown. AB's always slow start. Says Andy and I average. Says Daniel Watson, welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing well, but great work from Argentina on attack so far in this game. They've had 2 brilliant opportunities. Tough call, Barrett. Should have been pinged for not rolling away. I agree. I thought that maybe he would have been the one penalised in that one. Santiago Herrera. How do you sound it? Says stay hunky. But yeah, beautiful bounce of the ball for Matthias Maroni. Mark Talia went into no man's land, and then from there McKenzie got outpaced. And then, yeah, Barrett there. Yeah, see, they're saying the Argentines were off their feet, but I think, unfortunately, that was because of where Barrett was positioned. Ardi Savia now moving up to the halfway line. TJ Perenara will go for the box kick again. Mark Talia chasing after this one. Goes up for it. Doesn't get it for the ABs. Instead, Argentina now in possession. Gonzalo Burrano will go across to the left-hand side. I wonder if Lionel Messi is watching this game, says bystander. Oh, penalty to New Zealand. High tackle from one of the Argentine players. That is a call from the touchline or the TMO. They have overruled that one, but New Zealand will now have the penalty inside of the half. It's going to be against Eduardo Bello. Delayed ref says missed all in. Yeah, it is the TMO who gave that call, and that is something that they are able to do now in the Rugby Championship. They have the ability and they have the power to be able to overrule what is happening live in the game. We're going to see it here. Yeah, head on head on Ardi Savia. Probably lucky to just be a penalty. We've seen those given as yellow cards before. New Zealand throwing it in. Tupavai, they were very late lifting him up. They still claim it there, the All Blacks. Boxer, no one. Says a blitz there. And head on head says Rodney. Now rolling maul coming for the All Blacks. Another advantage, this time for entry through the side of the rolling maul. They will be 10 metres out from the line. Cody Taylor gets the offload away to TJ Perenara. Skip pass out to Bowden Barrett. Offloads to McKenzie. Now going out wide. One more pass to Severis. Offloads, but it's going to be slapped back by Argentina. Now, that's an interesting one because they're going to go back for the penalty advantage. That will be about 10 metres out from the line. I think TJ was trying to ask for a deliberate knockback there. Deliberately pushing it into touch, although the bounce of the ball was unfavourable for the Argentines. This game started at a quick pace, just like the last, ladies and gentlemen. 51k, nice work. Hit the like and sub, good people. Says bystander. Anyone who is new to the channel, of course, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 51,500. We're hoping to get there maybe by the end of the stream. We'll see how we go, but for now we are around 380 away. So if you do want to hit that subscribe button, we are here for every game of the Rugby Championship. We are going to also be doing the lineup announcements. We've got previews. We've got reviews of the games. We're doing all of the November internationals as well. Cody Taylor now to throw this ball in for New Zealand. About 11 metres out from the line. And they go to the front to Ardi Savia, the captain for this match. Another rolling maul here for the All Blacks. Beautifully sacked by Argentina, and they will win the penalty now for not releasing. And that is a massive confidence booster there for Los Pumas. Maybe one day you go to a live match, says Irvin. That would be quite cool some stage. I haven't actually ever been to an international game of rugby. Believe it or not, when will Scott return? Hamish, they're thinking first 2 games up against Argentina. He won't be available. Up against South Africa's a maybe at the moment by the sounds of it for Scott Barrett. How are our bot friends going now? Says Hanoi. That's the thing. It's getting closer to lunchtime, and I was told that you can braai after 12 in South Africa. Seems to be the time that people will fire it up, and I'm sure once they do fire it up, they'll have it fired up all day after that big win over the Australians. All Blacks fans are on a high, mate. You wouldn't be looking forward to playing the ABs, says Blitz. And All Blacks starting to annoy me, says Doctor. And listening from Wairarapa, from Simon there. So welcome in, mate. Keep it well stolen at line out time. It's going to be the penalty. It was for taking the man in the ear against Ignacio Ruiz. He apologises. Ethan Blackett getting in the face for absolutely no reason whatsoever. He's got to be careful pushing people. He'll dislocate his shoulder. Now 10 minutes through this contest. About 25 metres out here for New Zealand. What time is it there, says HR? It's 7:15 here in New Zealand. It's a beautiful start time compared to what we have had in some of the past games. Because, normally we're used to doing 3 a.m. kickoffs, but these 2 games are going to be over by 9, which is quite nice. G'day, Hamish, says Lord Rapture, welcome in. Hamish Bryers any time of the day at all. Says Night Owl. Now Cody Taylor going to be throwing this ball in. 11:15 p.m. Yep, exactly right. Sam Derry. A rolling ball again. Saturday, yep. On Saturday. Cody Taylor stopped it once, so now they have to use a McKenzie to the short side, intercepted, but they'll go back again for another penalty advantage. And tell you what, it would have been a foot race. I think the Barretts may have got there, but, it's a bit of a risk. Oh, they're still playing, those boys. They still hadn't heard the whistle. Santiago Herreras, he's disappointed. He ran like 80 metres. He could have saved that energy. I don't even know these penalties, but we caught him. And also, Darian Vai, awesome playing. Says Glenn Woods. Can't believe Waikato lost a Bay of Plenty. Says Stay Hunky and Argentina's doing well so far. Says Bandito. Exactly right. They've been competitive, which is exactly what we wanted to see. Oh, 3 on the bounce against Argentina. Are you in a full suit, though? I am not, no. Top half is. Bottom half is not. But, it's not really formal bottom half, but it's not like I could leave the house wearing what I'm wearing on the bottom half, if that makes sense. But you wouldn't go to, your grandma's birthday dinner wearing what I'm wearing on the bottom half. And Ghana have been poor so far, giving ABs too much, even when they don't deserve it, says LB. Looks like Artie Savia. They're going to go for the posts. Okay, it sounds like Thomas Garcia is getting a little bit of attention here with an injury. Right, they're going to take the shot now. Shot clock is now on. That is something that they're also trying to make sure that they get right throughout this Rugby Championship. Is the timings of scrums, the timings of lineouts. Kero was running around trying to be effective from what I saw. Says Hanoi. That sounds promising, Hamish. Was a fair offside call, says Heaney. I suddenly have an urge for some LMP, says Jeremy Shanks. This is a big credit to Argentina as well. The fact that New Zealand's first points of the day are going to come from a 3-pointer rather than a try. One has gone over. Competitive Pumas and Wallaby sides are good for the Rugby Championship, says Asher, but that one has gone over, and 3-0 now for New Zealand. It'll be an interesting one to see whether or not Argentina can get themselves that all-important first try within this first half, because up against New Zealand, their last 2 games, they have only scored twice. They were both in the game of the shortened Rugby Championship. They're on my way. Alas, says Edwina there. And better be careful saying NPC scores. I got called a test for saying it in the last stream. Says Glenn Woods, nicely taken by Mark Delia again inside of the 22. Currently 12 minutes in, TJ Perenara will be rolling it back. Derry is in that breakdown to try and protect that ball. It's charged down by Argentina. Oh, that man, he's done extremely well. The cameraman was on one of those, pretty much those segways without the top frame, and he actually jumped off to avoid getting hit by the ball while moving. And now he's just holding, that's incredible balance from the cameraman. Get him on a tightrope or something. Tupavai going across now to TJ Perenara. Savia again will hit it up for New Zealand. Argentina almost got that turn. Oh, it's another charge down from TJ Perenara's kicks. Seems like that ball's not being protected at the moment by the ABs when it comes to that kicking. Argentina have been very close to intercepting 2 in a row. Now another line out for New Zealand, seeing as it did go into touch. Good morning all. That Argentina surprised everyone and beat New Zealand, says Ivan. Thrown in, Sam Derry takes it. Perenara across to McKenzie. He will sink the slipper into that ball down the middle. Herreras with some great skill. Now kicking the ball up high. Argentina chasing after it. It's going to be a nice contested one, but Bowden Barrett is the player who has claimed the ball for the All Blacks. Perenara going back across to Vai. Damian McKenzie, short ball to Ethan de Groot. To The right hand side, Damien McKenzie. One more, Bowden Barrett, quick hands, Geordie Barrett. Oh, tried to get the offload away, but it's going to be claimed by Argentina with Mateo Carreras now. A big shot. Coming in there, right hand side here for Argentina. Majos Crema. In fact, this time it is Thomas Gasho. Now Juan Cruz Malia almost going through. Argentina just patiently building up here, phase after phase. They've dropped the ball. I jinxed them. When you're visiting Edinburgh, I think it will be quite some time till I do end up in Scotland. Little chipper behind, attempted by Damien McKenzie. Gets the bounce of the ball. Passes to Bowden Barrett. Argentina asking for the forward pass. It's going to be put in mind. Mark Talia chasing the ball. Cody Taylor's overcommitted. And Sam Derry slams it down for his starting debut. Like a kick and a half in mind from Bowden Barrett. That kick, or that, pass between McKenzie to Bowden might have been a little bit on the verge of being forward. But Sam Derry scores his first try for the All Blacks. Cody Taylor absolutely overcooked that one big time when he came to chasing it. They're going to check it. Oh, okay, they want to check to see if Cody Taylor actually knocked this one on as well. That pass is fine to Bowden Barrett. Then from there it was kicked in behind. Does Cody Taylor touch it? Oh, he might have got a finger to it. If he gets a finger to it, that is a no try, ladies and gents. But they have ruled it as fine. And New Zealand now, with the conversion going over, will lead this match 10 points to 0. Beautiful try, says Heaney. For a start, it looked like Bowden Barrett had just kicked it away to nowhere. And then as that ball started bouncing, all of a sudden it just became more and more evident that it was going to be... No, he did touch that, Cody Taylor. It came off his finger, didn't it? Oh, and Argentina not happy, slamming the headset down on the desk. Unlikely first try scorer. Says Grant there, you little beauty, Derry. Says Stuart Moore. I once got a finger to it. Says Mark, a good one, Sam. And I'm off to do some laser work, thanks. As always, Hamish says Night Owl. Yeah, I guess they've ruled that it's gone backwards off Cody Taylor. Who does he play for, the scorer? So Sam Derry, he does play for the Blues in Super Rugby Pacific. He's had some good moments. He's actually a clinical number 5 in terms of the amount of tries that we've seen him score throughout the season. The only reason he didn't score more was because he was injured. Adi Savia taking this one now inside of the 22 for New Zealand. Argentina now in a tricky spot. They find themselves 10-0 down. Team puts a lot of energy. The players are trash. 0 tactics, 0 passing game. Everything is trash. It's a combination of bad tactics and bad players. There's a new lock called Sam in Town, says Rodney there. But TJ Perenara this time, his kick is not charged down. Nicely taken by Juan Cruz Malia. Leonard Brown makes the tackle. Savia thought about going for the turnover but couldn't quite get it. Juan Cruz Malia, in fact this time it's Matthias Maroni, puts it in behind. Damien McKenzie is there after receiving the pass from Bowden Barrett. Now he is running it forward. Bit of a rough pass. Cody Taylor has to drop to a knee to be able to claim it. Argentina on that ball. And they give away the penalty. Second man in contesting for the ball is the penalty that's got them there. Half the team should never play ever again for the national team. And I would rather play the under-20s in the World Cup. Here's HRG. 17 minutes in, Geordie Barrett will be kicking this one towards the touchline. They will now have the line out round the halfway line. New Zealand, that's the willingness, willing to run it out from their own 22. Argentina, to be fair to them, have also shown a tendency of trying to run this ball a little bit more than we are used to seeing. I'm debating going to New Zealand-Italy game in November. Italy have greatly improved since the massive loss to New Zealand in the World Cup last year, says Jeremy Shanks. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not every day you get to watch the All Blacks play or any international team in that matter. So, like, I'd go if you're in a position to be able to. Just, like, no matter the score, it's just that environment. It will be absolutely awesome. Nice run from Anton. Leonard Brown goes straight through. Now looking for the wide cutout pass. Finds Reese, who's been tackled by Mateo Carreras. I just wanted to have a drink of water. Play on now. Argentina 12 metres out from their line. And Argentina sails, partially charged down by the sounds of it, which I believe would mean that this is going to be a line out for Argentina here. A great run from Anton Leonard-Brown. Got rid of Molina, just drops his shoulder, goes straight through him. Argentina don't help themselves with silly kicks. Says LB, and Anton should have kicked, says JDB. So, although, to be fair, it was a decent idea going out wide to Severis. It was just the Argentine player was there, ready to get him. And nicely taken by Ethan Blackett at line-out time. Perenata goes to McKenzie. There's a line of about 7 players there for the All Blacks, all running forward in formation. But Xavier is the man who ends up with the ball. Little kick him behind from Damien McKenzie. Claimed at the back by Mateo Carreras. Now, kicks it back downfield. McKenzie on for the kick of his own. Doesn't find touch with it. Here comes Santiago Carreras. It's the kick him behind. It's going to be play on. Severis running onto this one. Counter attack coming for the All Blacks now. Jordy Barrett tries to boot him behind. Finds the hands of Argentina. Not the best kick from Barrett there. Now Juan Cruz Malia running it across. Gives it away to Gonzalo Burjano. Now 45 metres out from the line here. Big run from Pablo Matera. Hit hard by his opposite number, Ethan Blackadder. But then not rolling away against Blackadder. That'll be another penalty to Argentina. It's been a while, says Bob. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are keeping well. Has been a little bit of time. First game of international rugby that we have had in quite a few weeks as well, ever since those last games in July. So far we've seen New Zealand have 9 kicks for 255 metres, whereas Argentina have had 3 kicks with 89 metres. So New Zealand actually the team that are doing more kicking. And even though it's not associated as New Zealand as a more kicking team, throughout that Rugby World Cup, New Zealand actually had much more kicks per game than Argentina. They were one of the 2 sides that had more than 30 per game on average, the other team being England, which I don't think surprised anyone. Jordy Barrett is not good enough. Says big boy games. And yeah, I mean, Anton Leonard-Brown is showing, whether you put him at 13 or 12, he is going to be a real threat for the ABs. It's just more of that question mark of, does Billy Proctor also find himself in that lock-in, or sorry, not lock-in, the centre pairing? Just on here to listen to your voice, confirm the theory that the South African games you commentate are wild, because everyone supporting in the live chat is correct. Is Caitlin there? Well, welcome back, Caitlin. Hope you are keeping well. Hopefully you've had something to have for breakfast, seeing as it's early morning in South Africa. Nice run there from Pablo Matera. 10 metres out from the line, but Reese makes the tackle. Jumping in there's Dalton Papali'i, and he will get the penalty. Proctor ought to be there tonight. I think there might have been a little tiny injury for Proctor. Might have been the only reason that they didn't play him in this game. Otherwise, you know, I would have had him in there because he's been very strong. 22 minutes into this game already. Again, why would we keep on kicking the ball away? 25 kicks in 21 minutes, says Oswald. I mean, it was extremely impressive between Argentina and France. I remember seeing in the first 10 minutes, both sides combined had made 25 kicks. So we're not quite at that stage in this game, but we have seen quite a few kicks throughout the first 22 minutes. Dalton Papali'i goes across to TJ Perenata, short ball to Xavier. Of course, those two, normally Hurricanes teammates, they will not be together, though, for next season. TJ going to Japan, Adi Xavier going to Moana Pacifica. Now, Severis, great offload there, getting away to Ethan Blackadder, who was very close to the touchline, but he's just managed to keep himself in the field of play. We have got there, poor first half, says Sam, stolen by Argentina on the halfway line. Thomas Garcia now going across to Pablo Matera. He has about 7 passing options. He goes short to Santiago Chocobaras. And can they get there? Very close, and it's the try for Argentina. McKenzie trying to stop him from scoring, but Lucio Cinti goes in. And Argentina firing back with a try of their own. Clinical. Pablo Matera, though, great decision-making from that man. When you have about 7 guys you can pass to, sometimes you get nervous and you don't know who to go to, and often they make the wrong decision, but he just waited for his time. Is that your own scoreboard, Hamish? Maybe considering put try scorers on there. Great broadcast, bro. I'm hooked as always, says Roger. So it is just an online scoreboard. We used to do the try scorers down the bottom of the screen, which we might have to bring back for this Rugby Championship. A missed tackle from Anton Leonard-Brown, although he was already on a hiding to nothing. McKenzie couldn't stop him. All Blacks acting funny right now. Says Doctor, well, hang on tight, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Bro, do you live in Rolleston early to mid-90s? No, I wasn't born. Unfortunately. My parents also, I don't think, did. So you might have me mistaken with someone else. How old do you think I look as well, by the way, Zion? For mid-90s. And damn, Argentina have bought the A game. Says David the Mod and great try, Los Pumas. Says Sam. Springboks will destroy both teams. I was waiting for that comment. I know it would come at some stage. You can almost, like, in terms of the betting odds, it's at about $0 or probably $1.01 for someone to say afterwards that someone of another team would destroy both of these teams. Happened a bit earlier than I anticipated, though. No breakfast yet, but I'll behave in this game's chat. Says Caitlin. Who was telling you off last game? Someone was, wasn't they? Wasn't they? That's not English. You don't look that old, bro, but I thought maybe. Says on. Vamos Pumas, says Pablo. Now back into the pocket. Can we have you commentate the game instead of Justin Marshall, says Arthur. I don't think Justin would like that very much. Now currently on the halfway line, Bowden Barrett. Looking for the kick in behind. Looking for the 50-22. Did he just run it into the half, though? Had eggs on toast and Vienna, some coffee. Ready for the game now. Is there not a link to watch the game? Sadly not. I know that there'll be a few streams on YouTube that have a link, but they will more than likely give you a virus. That is not a 50-22, ladies and gentlemen. Argentina taking it quickly, and they have now cleared their lines, although Damian McKenzie, 40 metres out from the line, has now got the position. Both sides. Back and forth throughout this first half. Severis has the position in hand. Marcos Crema trying to chase him down. Couple touches already in this game, Reese. I agree, John. Bring those guys on, says Oswald. You prefer celery in your soup? I do not like celery, so no. HRG, shut up, you bot, says Bill, and this game will end in a draw, says Sam. Not supporting bodyweight goes against Pablo Matera there. He did a bit of a nod and said, yeah, nah, maybe you got me there. You are relaxing. Says Asher, and come on guys, I know you love your teams. But show some humility and respect. Stop my team will smash your team primary school gibberish. Says Robert. A lot of hype around Razor. This will be a good test for him. Says Nitro X. Yeah, Pablo Matera, unfortunately the hands just went down beforehand. He was very close though to getting that turnover. And Argentina will beat New Zealand in soccer. Says Freedom there. That is probably correct. How's mum these days, Hamish? Says Daddy Bob. She doing all right. She not too bad. Watching this game, I believe, from the other room. OMG, Hamish, your special celery. Celery has too much flavour for Hamish, says Grant. Do love me a mango, though, don't I, Grant? You know this very well. Damian McKenzie lining up this kick again. New Zealand have opted to go for the 3 points. $13 remaining of the shot clock. Love watching live matches, but your voice is great. Keeps me listening. Thanks, says Bongi. Lined up by McKenzie. Does sneak it over. 13 points to 5 now for the All Blacks. 13 minutes remaining in this first half. When's George coming back on? I'm not actually sure what stream George is coming back for. We've talked about the possibility, but normally because of the times of the games, seeing as he works on a farm, it's normally... like, as much as he'd like to just let the animals chill for a while and let them watch the game as well, he normally has to do something involving animals. Whereas the Afrikaans commentary, this game so far has been lekker. There you go. Now it's going to be kicked off. Nicely taken by Mark Delia near the touch line, although he might have turned the wrong way there, but he got his offload away to TJ Perenara, Geordie Barrett. Well by Argentina and win themselves the penalty. Getting over it was Pedro Rubiolo. Celery loves Hamish though, says Dylan. And we have got there, we can watch the game any links. Depends on whereabouts you are in the world. He's just easily flustered, says Caitlin. And Mascherano was the manager, so you know it was a bad beating because he is trash. I detect a couple of clout pirates here, says Sean Lees. Looks like another injury here for Thomas Gachot. Looks like he's got a very sore hand at the moment. Of course, celery is best, personally, I reckon. Says stay hunky. And it's a real bit of argy-bargy in it. I love Hamish and his fully nuts. New Zealand will draw, says Simone. Thomas Gaucho, second time down. Have to wonder whether or not they are willing to make that sub. I honestly don't think they will be because they've got Mako Vivas, and don't get me wrong, he is a handy enough player, but I don't know whether you want to lose Thomas Gaucho this early on in the game. Why is TJ going short side there? Says Bruce. I love the comment Argentina will beat New Zealand in soccer, yet New Zealand has kicked their penalty and conversions in Argentina not. Says Roger, that lecker and the wink. Smooth Hamish is very smooth. Says Grant. How do I get to watch the game off my phone? Depends on whereabouts you are in the world. And if you're in New Zealand, it's on Sky Go or Sky Sport Now, depending on what one you have. If you're in Australia, it's on Stan Sport. If you're in South Africa, it's on Super Sport. If you're in USA, I think it's on Flow Rugby, I think. Right, Argentina, they are opting to go for the corner here. This is a bold call, but a very respectable one from Argentina. The fact that they've gone, we need tries in this game rather than 3-pointers. Like I mentioned, the last 2 games that they have played, they didn't score any in that World Cup semi-final, but they did score 2 the game prior in the Shortened Rugby Championship, but it's nicely thrown in. Well claimed by Argentina. Pablo Matera tackled low by Dalton Papali'i. Now, going off to the left-hand side. Tackle made by Tupovai. He's been held by Marcos Crema. The group has to also get involved. Argentina, another pick and go coming. I'm keeping a close eye on Thomas Gaucho to see if he actually wants to carry the ball. There's going to be an advantage against New Zealand for offside. So no matter what, Argentina have an easy 3 points if they want it. We have got there. And the jet line out operating fine so far. And also we have got there, let's go Argentina, all the way from South Africa. It was 5-0, oh well, says HR. And I'm a Springbok, says Simone, like the animal. We have got there coming on the All Blacks, says what's up live guys, or what's up guys live. And also we have got there, second that John. And don't do Snapchat anymore, young ones have once referred to it as amateur OnlyFans. So that's when I uninstalled. It's probably fair enough. I have Snapchat, but I don't use it that much. I've never been much of a, like, you know when people send streaks, not literal streaks, that could mean something else, but how they send you like a snap every day and it just says streaks. I just don't do that because I get annoyed. I'm like, why don't you just say a word other than streaks? Like hello. Hello's a good one. Straight out in front, they're going to take the 3 Argentina here. I'm getting distracted. What's the OF? It's a good, who's going to tell him? 10 metres out, maybe even 15 by the time he brings this one back a couple more metres. I still use Snapchat. Says Justin I from Timaru. Says Sean, welcome in. Damn, these Argies are taking it to the All Blacks. Love it. Another wrong with you posting a naughty pic on Snap, says Justin. Oh, sorry, with posting, not you posting. Now, Santiago Herreras getting ready to line this kick up. Box set piece, clinical, yikes, you're right, just saying. And change their mind and don't do Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. I have a life, says Nitro. And now that one is going to go over 13 points to 8. The score at the moment in this contest. Only 9 minutes remaining now in this first half. This has been a competitive contest between these two sides so far. And unless something drastic changes, you know, this is going to be very close as we get towards the end of the game. But big shot coming in on Pablo Matera. Being told to leave it there for New Zealand. Gonzalo Burrano gets it away to Marcos Crema. They're inside of their 22 at the moment. Geez, that went quickly. It certainly did. Geordie changed with Rico. Says John. Nitro, you look like a retired bus driver. That's harsh, JDB. There's no need for that. Argentina winning your sweet dreams, says Mark Wainwright. And also, yeah, Ivan, they took chances. Will J at the bench. He is indeed coming off the bench, number 23 for this game. Will Jordan, some quick hands from the All Blacks. Geordie Barrett nailed in the shot, but he gets his offload away to Anton Leonard Brown. Now, Artie Savia goes up to Severis. Offload again to Savia. He's starting to show a little bit of aggression there as well. Now, Bowden Barrett in possession. Sorry, JDB, I have Instagram. But it's supposed to recent picture every now and then. Overseas available unless I go missing. That's fair enough. If anyone wants to follow the Kiwi Lads Instagram, it is _Kiwi_lads. We'll put it in at halftime. Be sure to hit follow on that Instagram account. We will post one day on it. We haven't posted yet though. TJ Perenara to the left-hand side. 40 metres out from the line here for New Zealand. Ethan Blackadder wrestled towards the touchline by Argentina's number 12, Santiago Chocabarez. Nice short ball again, Tyrell Lomax. They're only 40 metres out now. Sam Derry, flat ball. Ooh, that's gone backwards, they've said. Now, Damian McKenzie smashed by Juan Martin Gonzalez, who put his full body weight down on McKenzie. We have got their typical box, yikes. Now TJ Perenara, Ethan de Groot. Ooh, down a little bit. And their breakdown was Pablo Matera, but they are already playing the offside advantage. Now Geordie Barrett, he has Blackadder with him. He tries to throw it back on the inside. It's gone into touch, and it will now be another penalty for the All Blacks. Still not that flowing continuity, almost, from New Zealand we used to have. Kaylin, I'll follow your Instagram. My mum told me to follow my dreams. Cough. Sorry, I probably wasn't supposed to say cough that loud while I've got this typical box yikes. Says stay hunky and can't wait for the 31st of August when the Box play New Zealand. Gonna be interesting, isn't it? Your mum married one, says Nitro. So you're saying his mum married her dream, which was his dad? That's nice, isn't it? And hopefully New Zealand can up their game for South Africa and Australia. And Englishing, not Englishing, says obviously. Now another line out for New Zealand. We are standing too flat when attacking. Unbelievable defence from Argentina. And yeah, they've got a really strong foundation for their defence. Bus driver, says Nitro X. Now, Adi Savia, 10 metres out from the line, trying to keep those legs pumping, but now he's been dragged down. Tupavai will play halfback. Has the supporter Blackadder next to him. Reese plays half, gets it off to Sam Derry, the lone try scorer for New Zealand. At this stage of the contest, Sever Reese with another pick and go. Now New Zealand creeping on that 5 metre line. Cody Taylor up to Ethan de Groot, the big man from Southland. 2 metres. Now for the ABs, they are trying to keep this ball in their favour. Perenara goes back to McKenzie. There are many options. Leonard Brown is the man who gets it though, and he scores the try for New Zealand. He had the original line break in the last contest, so certainly deserved at least one for himself. And he's got it now. Like I've said, Savia, the man who started it. Anton Leonard Brown, the man who finished it. And New Zealand are now 18 points to 8 up in this matchup. We have got the chat, imagine getting paid to play rugby and you commit penalties every time the ball is in play. Says HR. And Anton Leonard Brown says Bernetto. 10 points difference with this kick going over from Damian McKenzie. Should have a 12-point lead now for the New Zealanders. Geordie should be dropped right out of the team. And sorry, says Gonzalo. It's moved, but I'm still holding out hope for the commentator. Justin Marshall. Did you eat? Says Hugo. I had, I don't even know if you guys will know. One's from New Zealand. Griffin's chocolate fingers. You know what that is? I had like 3 of them because that was all the time I had. And I actually had to start the live stream 1 minute later because I was still chewing the chocolate finger. But I got there in the end. A best beer to watch rugby with. Ooh, that's a good question. I always have this, but this is just water. So it's not quite as fun. And Cam Roygard and Richie Mo'unga will be back soon. And when will Jordan come back to full fire as ABs? Or this ABs will be fire. The All Blacks. Get it to Sam Derry and Yo from Argentina, says Gonzalo. Welcome in. I don't know if Hamish can handle you, Caitlin. He's outside back. I'm a forward. Says JDB. That's our first choice chocolate, Hamish. Caramel centers? No, not the caramel centers. Just the little one. No middle in it. Oh, that's back off 7 Reese Mateo Carreras. That's speed. Boy, he went quick there, and he has just scored the try. That man steps like it's, well, I don't even know what it's like. You know when you see some people in MMA who can throw a kick just as fast as they can throw a punch? That man steps just as fast while sprinting as someone else who's just sprinting in a straight line. That was a terrible analogy, but that was very impressive from Mateo Carreras. Sam the man Derry, says Floyd Kingy. That is brilliantly done. Hamish, you need to eat pup and wars. Hamish dodging the hints, says Galen. No, I'm receiving the hints. I am certainly receiving them. Now 10 metres. Our Argentina are back in this game, ladies and gentlemen. In 25 years since I've been home, I still remember Griffin's LMP whitebait. All Blacks won't have it on their own for sure, says Jacobus. And the All Blacks playing 4D chess with Argentina and let Carreras score a try, so he keeps getting called into the national team, says HR. And we have a hell of a game here. We certainly do. At the halftime break, and it's only 2 minutes away is what I was trying to say from halftime. Yeah, McKenzie just got his ankles absolutely butchered by that man. Sarah Reese playing too try-hard, too individualistic. Get him off, says Xavier. I love you, Pumas from a Springbok, says Jerome. It's not as if Argentina is going to win this game anyway, so let the fellas score a try. I wouldn't guarantee that. Like the last time that they played them in Wellington, Argentina did win. Where do I see the match? Sky Sport for us here in New Zealand, Stan Sport in Australia, Super Sport if you're in South Africa, and then Flow Rugby if you're in the USA. A few other options around like Sky Pacific and whatnot, but you will have to work out what your option is depending on where you are in the world. Damien McKenzie taking that one nicely and showing some attacking intent. I can't speak anymore. That try was absolutely brilliant. Now TJ Perenara going back across to Tyrell Lomax in the middle of the field. TJ Perenara going across to Artie Savia. Kiwis think this will be a walk in the park, says Blitz. And we have, I think this championship can go to one of the 3 teams. Big shot on Geordie Barrett. Smashed by Marcos Crema. He's not exactly the man that you want to run it at. Sever Reese going back across to Damien McKenzie. A little bit of a slip there for Anton Leonard-Brown, but he gets back up to his feet before being driven backwards by the Los Pumas defence. Now McKenzie kicks it in behind. Now Santiago Carreras on the halfway line. That's the thing, if they score now, they will have a lead heading into the second half, which would be absolutely massive for them. Go ref, says Richard there. And Blitz, did you see the last time these sides met? Says JDB. Now going off to the left-hand side. Another good low tackle made. Going quickly, but that is going to be knocked backwards, they say. So Gonzalo Berrano will clean it up. There is the halftime siren, and he is in touch. So that is now going to be halftime in this contest. But what a first half it has been by Argentina. Very impressive. Can you show us the TV? Sadly not due to licensing. One moment. I am about to sneeze. We are good. A lady just said something off to Sever Reese. His mind is no longer in the game. Sever wants revenge. And Roygaard and Cortez had to be the first 2 choices. And Cortez better come on soon. And Sever ran back 10 metres. And he's actually trolling, says Xavier. But yeah, a very strong first half from Argentina. I feel like New Zealand, they had some good moments in there. But also alongside that, we saw a lot of Argentina throughout that first 40 minutes. And good test so far. Proper test is a pleasure. And congratulations on your 50k, says Tar. Thank you very much, mate. Greatly appreciated. I got a little customised thingy made for the 50k. I will show you. I showed you on the last live stream, so some of you might be sick of seeing it, but it is a little rugby ball thingy. And it's got Kiwi Lads 50k written on it. There you go. I'm very blurry now. I'm still... Man, it's a very blurry camera. Come on, I am here. Hello? There we go. Got it, man. Morning, Hamish. Absolutely love the commentary. Keep it up from Joe Berg. Says Dorian. Thank you very much, mate. Greatly appreciated. Come on, Argentina. Says Rugby Itch, very nice. Says Glenn Woods and I says Ollie is the best in halftime. I couldn't have come quick enough for the ABs. Razor will be frantic. Says Blitz. And yeah, I feel like, it could have been a much better half, I would say, for the All Blacks in that regard. Argentina, like I said, they played a very strong, I guess, game plan from start to finish. That 50k bracelet is better than the YouTube play button. Video matching the speech. Bit blurry, but still great. Yeah, that's probably a fair assessment, isn't it? Unfortunately, my brain, I think it was that Mateo Carreras try broke my brain cells, or at least the few that I had left. AB's got to play better than this if they want to win the Rugby Championship, says the kid ether. And it's the 50,000 that blurred it, says Moa Hunters. And what do you think of Anton's performance? He has shown exactly why he should have been in the All Blacks from the get-go for this year. He has been absolutely fantastic, Anton Lienert-Brown, and I expect to see him in that starting lineup for not just next game, but also the games after that. Put Bowden at first five. McKenzie is too predictable, says Pineapple. Abby's playing with my blood pressure right now. Why are there so many girls thirsting after Hamish? There's a sportscast, not The Bachelor. You were just thirsting after one, JDB. Like, I can show you your messages from like 5 minutes ago. You were on a dating show rather than the stream. They hacked you, Hamish. Weird blur. Says stay hunky. Anton Lienert-Brown has so much experience. Yeah, some people don't know that man has over 70 caps for the All Blacks. If we keep like this, we have some chances to win. Let me dream. Says Gonzalo. South Africa will win the championship, says Berenice. And pretty even contest. Yeah, very even between these two sides. It's just about how Argentina come out in the second half and also whether or not the bench can be as competitive as their starting lineup, because they've got Augustine Crevi. The bench, I need big dudes on the wing. Sevo too small. This guy is a tool, says Paul Thompson. What type of tool? Paul, out of curiosity. We've got a few of them. I've got a riveter on my table if you want it. RIP Hamish, last place is yours. Or sorry, RIP Australia, I should say. I was trying to take some of your extras, says JDB. And also we've got the Vamos Pumas, says Umberto. And the ABs can only play as well as the Pumas let them, says Kerno Wick. And what qualities does Geordie have to me? He's just a solid player, but nothing special. Offended that I'm an extra, says Caitlin. You may have messed up there, JDB. And tools are handy, says Glenn. They're extremely handy. And Creevy will play until he falls dead of old age. Well, hopefully that is a very long time from now. We have got there, do love me some power tools, says JDB. And Cortez is TJ, or for TJ. TJ has been too pedestrian. And there's so much young talent. I'm going to keep playing these washed up grandpas, says HRG. Sam Derry, very good. Yeah, he's been strong throughout this first half, Sam Derry. I would say him, Anton Lienert-Brown, Bowden Barrett, I think has been strong throughout that first half. And then we've seen quite a bit of Artie Savi as well, just trying to get involved as much as he can. In terms of this Argentine side, Santiago Carreras, he's had a pretty strong game. Juan Cruz Malia running the ball back from the back has been fantastic. Caitlin, you're a high-ranking concubine. What's a concubine? I have no idea what that is. And Hamish is awesome, says Lord Rapture. And handy tool, remember 99 change hands. And Argentina is angry about last year's semi-final, and this is making them fight hard in this game. We haven't lost a line-out so far. RGs have a very good line-out, says Glenn. Yeah, we haven't seen a huge amount of scrums either that I can think of. How many scrums we had in this game? I know we had one early on, but other than that, I can't think of too many others. 59% possession for New Zealand throughout this game, but 56% territory for the Argentines. They've had 7 visits to the opposition, 22 Argentina compared to the 5 that New Zealand have had. This is about ball retention and not kicking away. Severis should have caught the ball. Really silly mistake. Schoolboy rugby. So disappointing, All Blacks. And JBD, away to a girl's heart. Come on, the Pumas, says Doggo. And did South Africa win? They certainly did, winning 33 points to 7. Sorry if that's a spoiler for anyone who didn't know the score in that game as well, by the way. Sevo was acting extra crazy today, says JDB. Lots of running rugby. New Zealand keep the ball in play. Clark should have been there instead of Talia. And what up, says Nona, welcome in. quite a few kicks from New Zealand, 15 in play compared to the 10 that we have seen. Did Sam Derry play against Fiji? He did, but he didn't have a starting jersey in that game. Instead, made his way off the bench. Whereas in this game, first starting match for him, and he's already scored the try for the All Blacks. They're just showing there, Los Pumas countering the All Blacks' own half errors, which is completely true. Like, Argentina have found themselves in positions of defence that have then one little mistake from New Zealand caused it to become the perfect opportunity to counter-attack. Caitlin, can you at least cook? Amish loves a nicely cooked meal. Do I? To be fair, I like chicken, you know. Yes, they won a very, very poor Aussie side. What up, broski? Says, not a welcome in. Who are those random people behind the commentary box? One of them's got a hat on his head, but it's a tray that's had, like, chips in it. I just need to know how to make chicken. Oh, well, I'm pretty sure he'd be happy. True. Shout out Sue. Says pineapple. And I think I'll replace Geordie now. And then I guess you'd move Anton Leonard Brown to 12. And when, where, and who's Will Jordan coming on for? I would say he'll come on in this game in particular. I think he'll come on the field possibly for Sever Reese, to be honest. Do you know who's running at halfback? There's Nona at the moment, TJ, and then Cortez is the replacement. For the Argentines, it is in the starting lineup, Bertrano and then Bazin Velez off the bench. Shout out to Sue. Says pineapple pie. And Caitlin orders chicken from Uber Eats. Says JDB, ain't nothing wrong with Uber Eats. Hamish likes a bit of KFC. Geordie and Reese should not get a black jersey. Replace them now and for the rest of the year. Says to him, although we have to still give Sever Reese some credit for what he was able to do up against the English, because he was one of those players that really stepped up. Definitely in that first test match, he had a 50-22. He scored himself the first try. Sever Ortalea, that's Will's replacement. Says stay hunky. And there was Hamish eating chicken for his OnlyFans, says Grant. And JDB frees up time for other things. Fifth try scorer, Cody Taylor, the most likely at the moment in this game. I'm not red, you are. Excellent defence of Los Pumas. And also, we have a good chance to win, guys, says Gonzalo. Yeah, it's very close at the moment between these two sides. They are going to be playing next week as well at 7:05 p.m. on Saturday. D-Mac ankles was crazy. Yeah, I mean, Mateo Carreras, just such acceleration from that man. And yeah, the fact that we get to see this game again next week is very exciting. With the AB's forwards not carrying the ball over the advantage line, says Kit Dyer. And Reese steps up once and steps out 3 times. That's a -2. Other things like Scrabble, says JDB. And good luck, Hamish. Good luck, Argentina as well. I'm a good luck. I don't think that's the thing, is it? And what a first half, says Jake Jackson. I'm very impressed with the rest so far. Missed first half as close as it seems. Pretty close overall, I would say. Like, there's been a couple chances that both sides have let slip, but Argentina have been very good on the counter-attack. And anytime New Zealand have made the mistake, they've really kind of made them pay. Put Anton Leonard Brown at inside centre, and for now, says 2M Systems. And Spot is back on a mission. I think ABs don't have a hard enough lock or 6 at the moment, says Quinton. And Aussies were actually matching South Africa's physicality, says Gordon. And also DeGroot always tries to get into fights. And second half will be clinical for the ABs 40+, and All Blacks too good, says O'Neill. Who do you think is going to win the Rugby Championship? I honestly, of course you could say that I'm basing it off this game, but I'm not. Before the competition, my prediction was South Africa, just because having those 2 home games up against New Zealand could be game-changing for them. Because if they can win both of those, you know, it would be a massive boost in terms of points. And the fact that they've already got themselves the 5 points in their first game is just a massive bonus as well. But I do think it's going to be between New Zealand and South Africa for the top 2. Hamish, will your mouth guard when you go over Caitlin's house? Why do I need a mouth guard? Am I getting punched? But he keeps calling the same old trash players as always. And they keep playing awful to watch rugby. Why can't we pass the ball? Do all those tricky things France and New Zealand do. Says HR Hamish is neutral with everything except his hatred for Mark Talia. I say top 2 on New Zealand versus Argentina, says Josh there. And have they shown Razor on screen? Not yet that I know of, not that I've seen anyway. They may have shown him earlier on, but I'm not too sure. Just at this point, waiting for Jordan, says John Kennedy. I think a lot of people are. Will Jordan off the bench for New Zealand in this game? Also, they will have Rieko Ioane and Cortez Aratama as the other two back replacements in the forward pack. They've got Josh Lord. Wallace Satiti could be a game changer. You're obviously young, your hormones are going crazy. That's a weird sentence, isn't it? And Chicken and Rice says I. And Cortez, Will and Rico on now. Says 2M Systems. And why do they make such a big deal about playing in South Africa and ABs when they're regularly? Says Trajan. It's more so because of the fact that it will more than likely at best be 1-1, I would say, in that series. And then, you know, like, it's a tricky one. You know, I feel like just the start that South Africa have had has put them in a really good spot as well. We get the ABs in trouble if TJ remains the starting 9. Shout out to Auntie Hannah, listening from Vanuatu. All Blacks all day to win the championship. Says John, did Ireland win in South Africa just a month ago? Says HRG, they did. They won it by 1, which of course would get South Africa a bonus point if they were to lose by that margin, and it depends on what happens in the other games of whether or not a certain side can go far. TJ's passing, sorry. I said I behaved for this live chat. JV Truce. ABs will beat the Box. Aussies is a third tier team. Says T or 2M, I should say. But we are very close to the second half of this contest, ladies and gentlemen. 40 more minutes of rugby action before we head to next week. I think it's the next time that we are going to be live. But anyone who is new to the channel, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Only 5 points difference between these two sides as we currently sit. There is a lot still on the line for these two teams in the Rugby Championship. Whoever wins this game, of course, will put themselves more than likely up to second on the overall standings. Now, there is a chance that we see someone go to first, but for that to happen, someone would have to win this game by 27 points. So who was New Zealand's try today? Says Josh. So far for New Zealand, we have seen the try from Sam Derry, and then also saw the try from Anton Leonard-Brown. Well done on 50k subs, Hamish. Thank you very much, Dan. Score prediction, I predicted 35-15 for New Zealand. JV has said, Caitlin, you're a very naughty girl. Hamish has his hands full. And I don't stop you bringing colour to Hamish's cheeks, says Grant. They're having a chat with the Argentine guy, assistant coach, Kenny Lynn. Got a big jaw. I'm predicting 45-43. The halftime break's longer nowadays. South Africa versus Australia felt so long. This one also starting to feel longish. I keep on saying Argentina rather than Australia, but Australia, their halftime breaks are always longer, even in Super Rugby Pacific, because they have more ads and more like analysis that they want to do during that halftime break. So they normally have an extra 2 or 3 minutes of that period. But it can be a bit tedious at halftime. Do we approve of the union of Irish Caitlin? Says the big V8 show. Najis will not score in the second half. Says 2M Systems. And New Zealand could do it. The rankings. And All Blacks are only good at in the second half. Says well, luckily for them, they've got the second 40 minutes where they can try and turn this game around. But Damien McKenzie, he will be kicking off this ball in the second half. And what about what you on about? Says Berenice to Doctor. Oh yeah, I don't know what Doctor's talking about. Try Caleb Clark in the midfield. He sadly is not playing. Argentina, the only mistake so far is conceding a few penalties. Yeah, their discipline's probably been the thing that has let them down throughout this contest. What's your final score prediction? I went 35-15 in favour of New Zealand, and I'm going to stick with it because it honestly might not be a mile off if New Zealand have a better second half. But Argentina, I don't see them only scoring 15 in this game. Ugly as needs to hang on to the ball and harden up for the ABs. Nicely taken by, it would have been Franco Molina. Argentina in position now for the second half. Gonzalo Burrano. The cross to the right-hand side. 40 minutes without a scrum is crazy. I think we had one scrum, didn't we? I think that, no scrums. I've just heard from a random voice in the household. And hurry up halftime, says Josh. Usually when they have a good first half, they have a bad second half and vice versa, says HR. Well, Tupavai. Be tackled well, 14 metres out from the All Blacks line. Damien McKenzie going with the cross kick here, looking for the hands of Reese, and it sits up for him. Inside ball Now offloaded back from Ethan Blackadder, finds Reese, the Crusaders teammates, linking up Derry from a standing start. In the middle of the field, some good power shown by him. We need Aaron Smith back, let's go. Says Gonzalo, midfielder operating at 50%. Need Proctor on with Anton, let around, come on the All Blacks, says Benito there. Ball still there, DJ Perenara. Going off to the right-hand side, Sam Derry over the ball though for Argentina, and they'll win another penalty. This one is a kickable one, about 47 metres out, so it is possibly right on the edge of the range of Santiago Carreras. It might be worth having a go here if you are Argentina. Outside random voice, better hope that wasn't your mum. So you'd be getting a whipping, says Peter Wild. Any reserves on for the ABs? Not at this stage, not at least that I've seen. It looks like the same starting 15 by the looks of it. Right, Santiago Carreras, he is actually going to kick this one towards the touchline rather than going for the 3 points. But, oh, Reese, it's gone. No, in fact, it's Talia who has dropped that ball. He could have kept it in the field of play, but it slipped through the fingertips. Getting right onto the ball. Well, they've just said no win whatsoever. And we have got there, yeah, your suit's back, says Josh. And there as well, it certainly is. Only the 2 matches this weekend, though. If Carreras, he can't kick the ball. Imagine being from a country known for kicking balls and he can't kick a ball. Says HO, although it depends on what happens here, because if they score a try, that is much more beneficial. There we go. The try's just been scored by Argentina, so they turned down the 3 to get the 7. HR, I think you need to apologise to Carreras, because he's now going to get the opportunity to kick here to give them the lead in this game, but Argentina making it 20 points to 20. Brilliant rolling maul. This game's turning around. And all good, spray it. Yeah, Yikes says stay hunky. Tony Brown basically combines All Blacks and Springboks in one team. Big Vanuatu presence tonight. Greg and Paula are looking after the family in style. Says Greg. Yeah, turning down 3 points to get the possibility of 7. I'll never apologise unless he wins the World Cup, says HR. I missed the kick, says Blue here. And RG scored first. Razor needs to make some changes now. The worm is surely turning, I should say. And Bruv says, where were there? I'm surprised Hamish does not rejoice in his nemesis dropping the ball, says Grant. It's cost the All Blacks a try, isn't it? Now that one's gone over. And that is now going to make the score 22 points to 20. Carreras helping his side take the lead. 3 minutes into the second half, and Argentina in a great position in this game. How's the X Factor, or who is the X Factor the ABs need? Well, first of all, I think that they need to get Will Jordan out there. I also think that they need, believe it or not, I think they need Rico Ioane out there at the moment. Don't mean to get personal, Hamish. Besides the great podcast, what do you do otherwise? No need to answer, says Roger. So I am a part-time builder during the week. Oh, slide tackle coming from Carreras. It was because he slipped over though, so there wasn't anything cynical in it. Now Damien McKenzie goes across to Mark Talia. Driven towards the touchline by Juan Martin Gonzalez. Now TJ Perenara going back across to Sam Derry. Again Perenara going to the right hand side. Damien McKenzie away to Ethan Blackadder. Will Jordan is the key to this test. And Ratama and Satiti, hope it last, says Gonzalo. Big run forward from Tupavai. And yeah, I do think Satiti needs to be out there for Blackadder, is the other change I would say. And like you said, Ratama for TJ. Now there's going to be the advantage. Mark Talia has dropped that ball again. Now another penalty goes the way of New Zealand. Will Jordan is the key to this test, says Tigger. And well, AB's not looking good at all, very weak. And yes, Pumas making a comeback. Says Sunset Lights. Okay, they're going to go for the 3 points here, the All Blacks. Currently in this game, though, they are down by 2. The kick going over here, that would give them the lead by 1. But this one is back and forth. It's anyone's game. So Santiago Carreras might have some sort of injury. Did you? Or do you play the game we love so much? I used to play rugby, but not recently anyway. Oh, they're just showing it there. Tupavai as he slips. Oh, he just gets the boot on the knee. Points on the board. And we have got there, that 3 is trolling and so good. To have a real test, this is a test match rugby, I bloody love it, says Kernowick. Got 20 seconds left here. Damien McKenzie to line up this kick. And Vamos Pumas, let's go the feet. Smiling at the post now for Damien McKenzie. See, the situation you're in is if you take Damien McKenzie off, where do you go from here? That kick has gone over because people have said earlier on, I saw at halftime, it was mentioned, do you take McKenzie off, put Barrett to 10 and then Jordan at 15? But then where does your kicking come from? So I think they'll leave McKenzie out there and instead have Will Jordan out on the wing. What position did you play? I was out on the wing, believe it or not. But if I could go back and do it again, I would have wanted to be a halfback instead. Argentina winning this one. Says Franz and Hamish is playing as lock. FYI chat says stay hunky. Right, Thomas Lavanini now makes his way onto the field here for the All Blacks. For Los Pumas. Oh, and we see Will Jordan just warming up, tackling Rico Ioane a couple times. "47 minutes gone, not a single scrum as of yet in this game." Artie Savia, though, taking it inside of the 22. Damn, as a South African, I'm surprised All Blacks isn't doing good against Argentina. Says Bandito. This game is making me rather nervous. Says a blue here. And there's on Damien has always been overrated, and he proved years ago that he is in a test level 10. Need Richie back in a better 12 than Geordie, who just passes or kicks. Says what happened. Now TJ Perenata once again is going to be kicking this one towards the touchline. And Barrett into 10 ammo. Jordan 10. Or 15 as you said. Have to get Jordan on quick, says Dara. And just want Will Jordan out there now. And I don't think he's a mile off. I think he's probably only maybe 5 minutes away from making his way on. Now another line out for Argentina. It's going to be Ignacio Ruiz. Gets it in nicely to Juan Matan Gonzalez. He's had a solid game at 8 for the Pumas. Now Ruiz again. About 35 metres out. Gives Sullivan's a chance. Says stay hunky. Back across to the left-hand side here for Argentina. Mark Delia makes the tackle 40 metres out. Burrano now going to the left-hand side to Santiago Herreras. Who's going to be able to continue in this game after a bit of a knee injury earlier on. Tell you what, Blackadder, he has been sat down by Argentina, now kicking him behind. And it's gone out 1 metre from the try line. That is sensational work from Juan Cruz Malia. Gets the ball out just inside of the 5 metre line. I don't think the All Blacks even try in these games after all last time we won, and then we weren't even close in the semis. Says HR. And also we have got their close game. The Pumas are doing well. Go the All Blacks. Good work, Hamish. Support it, Hamish. Says a trio. They're going upstairs for something here. There's a big bit of contact in the middle of the field. That's going to be against Ethan Blackett. I mentioned how he looked like he did get smashed, but I think he might have been upright when it's the Pumas' turn. Up, it's beautiful, says Justin. Oh, I don't think it's that bad. Maybe the other angle will look worse. How long will this match be? They've still got another 31 minutes remaining in this contest. Look, if Brazil go, Argentina go, says Francisco. Here's a card coming up, says Blitz. Yeah, this could be a yellow card for Ethan Blackadder here. It's the last thing that the All Blacks want at this point in time. That being said, this Argentine side is playing far better than the last game. We won by only kicking the ball. Now we are actually playing. Says HR. The All Blacks are going to win this one, says Enrique. He takes him in the head, they've just said. Okay, Nick Berry has said, I think it's foul play. I think he could be lower. Oh, there is shoulder-to-head contact. There's almost chin on head too. And Argentina going to steal it, says Borrow there. And all yellow for an All Black. Says Blitz. And go Waikato. Says stay hunky. Right, Angus Gardner is not convinced. Oh, that angle shows head. And here to where can we watch? Depends on whereabouts you are in the world. Your best bet is to go on the Rugby Championship website, and that will tell you your best options for being able to watch these games. Right, it's shoulder to head. It sounds like they're going to give a yellow card for this one. They're trying to decide if it is enough to meet the yellow card threshold here. Right, the referees are all happy with a penalty, so this is just going to be a penalty, ladies and gentlemen, but it is still up against New Zealand, so it will still be a kick towards the touchline now. It's not looking good, says Bernito, and HO's Cortez on yet. He is not, no, not quite. Blackadder maybe a little bit lucky there, but those are the type of ones that could go either way. And great to see that strategic, chaotic style of back play from the Argies. This ref is solid. And a New Zealander who doesn't like lamb shame, says Jack. And there's Owen come and raise and make the changes. Is this what they call a hometown decision? Says Hanoi. I mean, the whole refereeing panel did agree. So I guess that's one good thing with yellow card in South Africa game. Says Grown there. Okay, Angus Gardner just explaining something to Pablo Matera. Either way, this is going to be a great opportunity for Argentina to add 3 more points onto the board. How long is this match? So another 30 minutes left in this game. The probability of 65%. If that was a box 4, that would have been red, not a red wine. Says Blitz. It should have been yellow, says Doctor. Yeah, it easily could have been yellow against Ethan Blackadder. And All Blacks can't win every time. Says Borrow in close game, but now lining up this kick to have another lead change in this game. Santiago Carreras has got it over. And now it's going to make the score here. 25 points to 23 in favour of Argentina. And the big change has been made now. Will Jordan makes his way onto the park. He's had 32 matches, including this one. He scored 31 tries, 100% conversion in all of his contests in terms of that strike rate. Can he do it again? And he's chasing after this one already here. Will Jordan, Pablo Matera in possession. Big shot coming on him by Tyrell Lomax and also Tupo Vai. Now Gonzalo Berrano putting it to the short side here. Trying to test that Will Jordan defence early, but it is Ethan Blackadder who makes that. I want to be a ref, Hammy. I'm going to apply, says Spider Mick. And finally, Jordan is on, says Tigger. Who's off then, please? I believe the player who has been taken off is Sever Reese. I'm just looking around, though. Yeah, I believe Sever Reese is the man that they decided to take off. Argentina, baby. Says Borrow there, and Blackadder is becoming a weak link now. He needs to be subbed now, says Kit, and replace Peronata, says Zion. And there as well. Okay, New Zealand have a half a dozen cards. The last 2 games against South Africa, says Trajan. But now, Dalton Papali going across to Cody Taylor. Short ball, Leonard Brown almost made his way through again. Now, big run from Blackadder. Papali avoids getting run into, or else it would have been obstruction. Good commentary for both games, says Gavin. Thank you very much, mate. We are going to be here next week for the Rugby Championship as well. So anyone who is new to the channel, of course, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Big run again from Blackadder. They're 15 metres out from the line at the moment. Dalton Papali'i. I'm going to join those breakdowns back to back to back. Savia, 5 metres out from the line. New Zealand, this is to get a lead of more than 1 point. They are able to score the try now. Peronata goes back across to Dalton Papali'i. Am I seeing this right? Argentina is ahead. That is certainly correct. They've done extremely well early on. That is going to be another penalty advantage in favour of New Zealand. TJ Peronata to Talia. And he goes through and scores the try here for the All Blacks. At a time where they needed it most. The All Blacks have been able to score themselves a try. Where's the second match to be hosted? It is going to be in New Zealand as well. 2 matches taking place here in New Zealand. And then South Africa, they have got their 2 first games up against the Australians. And they are both in Australia as well, I should mention. But we're regretting not having at least Proctor off the bench. And Talia for the try, says Glenn Woods. That's fantastic work there. I think the AB side against Fiji had more cohesion, says JDB. And come on the Pumas, says Gonzalo. But now Damien McKenzie, he will be lining up this kick. It's not over till the fat lady sings, says Borrow there. That kick has gone over from Damien McKenzie, now giving the All Blacks the 5-point lead, 30 points to 25, or what did I say, or not saying more. Mongrel and pick and go, says Warren. Well, we will go like this. We will go like that as well. Currently in the odds, New Zealand are favourites, ladies and gentlemen. Now Santiago Carreras. That's back underway for this game. Nicely taken by Mark Talia. Inside of the 22 currently, where they are sitting on the field. Cody Taylor. Oh, Angus Gardner is down. He took a big shot there for the referee. He's back to his feet, though. Fair play to him for getting back up whereabouts in New Zealand, says John. The second one is at Eden Park. McKenzie is trash. Says Pineapple Pie is the team playing at a higher level than the box. And come on, the Pumas, you can do it. That one has gone into touch. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have a quick transition. I really need to pee, seeing as I drank that whole bottle of water. And the other option was going to try and put the water back in that bottle. So my dad is coming in only for a couple of minutes, ladies and gents. First time ever on a Kiwi Lads stream, but yeah, I'm going to go to the toilet very quickly while my dad takes over for the commentary. So everyone say hi. He'll be letting you know what's happening. There you go.
Right, there's no pressure on me. I don't know very few of the Argentinian players, but that was a great run there and a fantastic tackle by Dalton Papali'i, and Argentina under penalty advantage now. Cross kick. And it's gone into touch. So they'll come back for the penalty, I would imagine. Fancy Hamish leaving me in the lurch like that. Hell. Currently, the All Blacks, though, 30-25. Argentina are right in this match. 54 minutes gone. And certainly they'll be looking to see what they do here, whether they take the shot. I'm picking they'll take the shot, but... yeah, no, they're taking the shot. Sorry, I'm not sure. Where am I supposed to be looking? There's the camera there. Can't watch the game and look at the camera. But this was a great... entry into the back line by their number 15 for Argentina, and an equally fantastic tackle by Dalton Papali'i. But Argentina has certainly come to play. The All Blacks, I thought, in the first half were just disorganised and messy, I think. I'm just looking at the chat. There's plenty of chat going on, but I'm probably not going to get to all of that at the moment. But Santiago... he's got a 95% probability of kicking this, so odds are on that Argentina are going to close the gap. Yeah, struck it well, straight down the middle. 2-point game. Argentina staying in touch. Last 20 minutes, hopefully the All Blacks will finish strong. But certainly the longer Argentina stay in this, right. Sounds like TJ Perinara off and Cortez Ratimer on. So, thankfully, he's got over his head knock and his head injury that he had. Right. Here's Hamish coming back. Argentina clearing. Oh, kept in. Geordie Barrett. Off to Bowden. Damien McKenzie trying to make a break. Good tackle by the number 8. Right, Hamish, you're back on, mate.
Thanks.
Hopefully I didn't cock it up too much.
Nah, you're right.
No.
I feel much better now.
You would do now.
Tell you what.
Love a good wee-wee.
That was relieving, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what, I've been hanging on to that since half time.
Man's not a camel.
But yeah, looks like it's going to be the penalty, or at least going back for the original penalty advantage. This is amazing, says Caitlin there. Still waiting for them to bring on Johnny Sexton. Are you all right, mate? Says Michael, did you wash your hands? I did. I did wash my hands. Don't panic.
Change at halfback.
Change at halfback. Cortez Ratimer is now on the field for the All Blacks, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, first time ever on a Kiwi Lad stream that my bladder was like, nah, mate, you need to go right now. Because I had this bottle, right? And I was like, what if my parents walk in while I'm just trying to casually, you know? Oh, we have got their next get mum on, says Grant. Hope you wash your hands. We certainly did. But yeah, I could just tell 25 minutes was going to feel like an eternity if we tried to hang on to that for the rest of it. Didn't fall in. Nah, I didn't fall in it. Thanks, Dad, says Vanessa May. Now Damien McKenzie getting ready to line up this kick for the All Blacks. Currently 30 points to 28. This is going to be a very close game. By the looks, Dad deserves a beer, says Tiggy. He certainly does. I assume that he's enjoying one in the lounge watching this game. McKenzie now. Ethan Fullbladder. Dad called out Papali'i. Haven't heard his name called so far. And he's missed it, Damien McKenzie. So the score margin will still remain at 2 points between these two sides. Scott Robinson, little shake of his head. He's not too happy about it. And we have got there now, we've seen into the future. What this channel will be, grey, but skilled still. Shot Dad. Says Warren, I reckon you and your dad both commentating at once would be fantastic. Your dad was natural, says Martin Smith. We've actually done some commentary together before for the NRL or the State of Origin. We were both on a few other streams, but Fletcher Null now looks like he will be making his way onto the field. And Ethan de Groot, he is off for Ofa Tuangafasi. So, a couple little switches there. That looks like it's going to be play on. Charge down kick there. That is something you don't see too often. Now, Adi Savia trying to bump through. There's another advantage this time for the knock-on. What's happening in the game? Well, there was a stoppage. They were making changes of the All Blacks front row. And now Cortez Ratama 40 metres out from the line. Gives it to Ofa Tuangafasi. Ratama again. Back to McKenzie. It's a no big aggressive run there and an aggressive clean out from Ethan Blackett, who puts down Crema. Almost added a bit of extra push and shove. And there is plenty of feeling in this game. Dad was wasted on the Special Olympics rugby stream. Says Grant. Hamish needs a stadium buddy. Oh, beautiful offload. Cortez Ratama puts the kick in behind. And Mateo Carrera is forced back by Anton Leonard-Brown. But Bowden Barrett, little flick out the back door. Yo, your dad a beer. I certainly do. This is the first time, like I said, in the about 1,500 or 2,000 live games that we have done, I've never had to be like, guys, I really need a bathroom break for a wee-wee, but now we've had it. The All Blacks, no less, as well. Get a microphone so that both of you can do stream commentary. Says stay hunky. And Black get it going all right, not great, but okay. Bowden Barrett, the flick out the back to Cortez Ratama, who knew that he didn't have... Oh, okay, it's actually a knock-on from Cortez Ratama. And great to be able to watch this from Estonia. Great work. Maybe father-son double act. Says Milo there. And hey, Hamish says, Aidan, welcome in, mate. Hope you are keeping well. Bowden Barrett disappointed. They weren't able to get that one towards the try. So it is not a 5-metre scrum, just to mention. It is instead a scrum feed for Argentina after the drop ball from New Zealand. Get Dad on for reactions. You keep commentating. Says Stefan there. Why did they sign Satiti just for him not to play? He is off the bench in this game. And I assume he isn't too far away from making his way on. I would probably put him on for Adi Savia, although there is a chance that they take Papali'i off and then move Savia to 7, have Wallace Satiti as the number 8. Vamos Puma, says Nestor there, watching you live from South Africa. So thank you very much for tuning in, mate. It is greatly appreciated, of course, every single one of you for being here for this contest. It has been an extremely entertaining one so far. Seems like the type could easily go either way. Now, scrum feed, pack weights, 912 for New Zealand, 900 for Argentina. I believe that is the first scrum of the whole day that we have seen. A little bit of a slip there. It's gone backwards from Argentina. And Razor might be wearing or winning Super Rugby coach. But he is completely out of his depth with these selections. Says 2M Systems. Marcos Crema. Tackle just outside of the Argentine 22 as we head towards 18 minutes remaining. Adi Savia manages to strip the ball away. New Zealand now in position with McKenzie off to Derry. Now Ratama keeping that ball moving. It was a rough pass, but McKenzie made it look good. Bowden Barrett, quick hands from Jordan. Gets it out wide to Dalton Papali'i. Talia was lying on the ground. I'm not sure who made contact with him. I think one of the Argentines was running through. Cortez Ratama back across to Vai. Already the All Blacks on attack, looking more quick and more, I guess, just in control of where they want to go. But Ratama again going off to the left-hand side to Geordie Barrett. Still 22 metres out, 7 phases in for New Zealand. Now again to the right, McKenzie off to Vai. Oh, he's holding his face here. You might have taken a big shot. Nice inside ball. Will Jordan offload to Geordie Barrett. 2 metres out. Great defence from Los Pumas. Getting up there was Will Jordan with the pick and go. He has to be released. He's only 2 metres out now. Ratama looking both ways. Will go to the left-hand side. Numbers here. McKenzie goes through. I think one of the Argentines is asking for obstruction. They may have a look, but McKenzie scores the try, or does he? They're going upstairs for a forward pass by the sounds of it. And check that. Says Rodney there. Will Jordan will win us this game. Says Tigan. The Jordan impact. Says Milo there. South Africa fans will be happy. Says Lewis Smith. They certainly will be. No matter what, at the end of this game, I believe they will be sitting at the top of the Rugby Championship table. Unless one of these sides can somehow get themselves a massive, massive win. A 27, but it is a forward pass from Damian McKenzie to Will Jordan. That is going to be no try. And there is going to be another scrum now. We haven't had them throughout the first 60 minutes now. We've got 2 in the last 3. The game is already sped up with Ratama on. And young halfbacks are the go. I said there, clear forward pass. It's going to be now a scrum for Argentina. It's a no try for Damian McKenzie. And the score will remain now 30 points to 28. He might be 3 from 3, but he needs to make at least 7 changes to his starting lineup to play to see it. Of course, we will have our video coming out in the near future where we do determine what we would have as our All Blacks XV. Not sure about any of these teams, or not sure how any of these teams will be competitive against the Box. Says Paul Thompson. A fair call on the forward pass, says Heaney, and watching from Cape Town. I wish the Pumas to win it, but New Zealand will. Looks like Thomas Gasho will now make his way from the field. Also, Augustine Crevi, another man who's come on. How's the live stream going? Just checking in now. It's been going all right. We did go for a pee break earlier on, which was the first time ever on a Kiwi Lads stream, but I feel much better now, I can tell you that. It just seemed like the clock was going too slow, and I was thinking, oh, I'm going to need to go very soon. Hello from Perongia. Hopefully I said that correctly. I'm going to go, Hamish. Great commentary and stream. Till next time, says stay hunky. And I think Razor still wants to give more cat players and combinations a chance to prove their worth over the newer players and lineups. And was that a forward pass from the All Blacks? It certainly was. So now Argentina have got the scrum feed 25 metres out from their line. Thomas Lavanini is on the field for Rubiolo. Sinti is off the field, and Thomas Albanovs has made his way back on. Has made his way onto the field. Now 16 minutes remaining. Gonzalo Bertrand, he is still out there. They have got Bazan Valles as the replacement. And awesome. Commentary says, Gypsy, thank you very much. And too much info on the TB. Says Wiramu. Now, it's going to be the free kick to Argentina. And also go the All Blacks. And locked in another Argentina bet. Says Borrow. And New Zealand, let's get a try. And it's GG, please. Says Mugitsu. And that was awesome, says Danny. And there as well. It's going to be kicked off high by Argentina off the free kick. Bowden Barrett goes across to Damian McKenzie, who looks for the kick in behind, looking for the 50-22. But it will go out about 30 metres out from the Argentine line. Now we have them out too many South Africans here, says Obi. There is no way the Pumas win this, says 2 metres. And it looks like a few other changes we will be seeing. Asafa Moore, Wallace Satiti, and also Rico Ioane. He's on for Anton Leonard-Brown. How? How do you put him on for Anton Leonard-Brown rather than Geordie Barrett when Anton Leonard-Brown has had a phenomenal performance and Barrett's been bang average? And being well live streaming, people pay for that sort of thing. First time on your channel from South Africa, says Gavin there. And also shake my head, says Glenn Woods, and let's go Satiti. Yeah, Satiti's a good option coming on the field, of course. He is actually on for Dalton Papali. And a suffer more on for Cody Taylor. Here comes the counter-attack from Argentina from inside of their 22. That was very close to the touchline. Mateo Carreras just managing to stay in the field. A player Razor playing his trick cards now. D-Mac to the bench, Bowden Barrett at first, and whoever at the back. Agustin Crevi. Huge experience for him. And in these type of games, when you're this close, that's the type of experience that you just can't really buy. And I want to help Argentina over the line. He actually scored the last try up against New Zealand the last time that these two sides played in a Rugby Championship competition. Great kick from New Zealand just outside of the 50-22 zone. It will be again another line out for Argentina. Just thought I'd check the score. Holy crap, Argies. And Crevi has a weapon, says Milo there. And let's go the Pumas, says Loreno. The All Blacks Pack must lift their game right now. Up the ante and give it to him. Provide Jordan and other flyers the ball. We have got there, haven't showed us the way. Plumbing issues, but the show goes on. You flushed it, boss. Always entertaining, says Warren. Now another line out throw here for Argentina. Nicely taken by Juan Martin Gonzalez. That is going to be another penalty down the way in New Zealand. Pulling the arm in the air against Ethan Blackadder. First time on your channel from South Africa, says Gavin. South Africa is definitely going to take this championship against play like this. Not too good. Hard, but not good, says Johnny Douglas. And what happened was the score not 20 points to 15. It was at half-time, but now the score has progressed as the second half has also progressed. But 4 penalties against New Zealand in the second half compared to the 2 against Argentina. I mean, the much more disciplined side, Argentina, for the second 40. In the first 40, they were giving away quite a few, but it seems like this is getting a lot stronger now. And Brown was tired, says Josh. I'd still take a tired Anton Leonard-Brown over an out-of-form Geordie Barrett every day of the week, to be honest. But, you know, maybe Barrett with McKenzie and with with Bowden, maybe it makes sense. I'm very surprised for the Pumas here, happy. For them, every try counts, says Reno. Now, Agustin Crevi to throw this line out in. 13 minutes left on the clock here between these two sides. And nicely stolen by Ethan Blackadder and the All Blacks. Artie Savia trying to go for the man in the pocket. There's no one there. 2 bad passes in a row from New Zealand. Rico's just made a error and a half. He's decided to jump on that ball. That's going to be a 5-metre scrum for Argentina. That is terrible from the All Blacks. Jason Ryan shaking his head. He's the bloody Fords coach, and he's not happy with how the backs are passing this ball. But Savia missing the man. Then McKenzie trying to find the pass to Bowden Barrett, who was running the other way. And then Rico Ioane, he almost put that ball down anyway, right from the get-go there. Are you serious, says Glenn? That is awful stuff from the ABs right there. Blackadder has been down and up and down this game. The Rico is hopeless, says one up my kicks. Although, to be fair, he was given nothing to work with there. Like, it was terrible from Savia, terrible from McKenzie, and then Rico just got the blame because he was the last man that touched the ball. Watching from Fiji, rooting for the ABs, and All Blacks by 5. Argentina will win that game, says Simone there. And the Rassi and Tony Brown combination was evident against Australia. And D-Mac needs a hiding. And first time on your channel from South Africa, says Gavin. Again. And Barrett Brothers all the way. You know, I never really watched rugby as a kid, says Simeon. Now off the back, big attack and run forward here. For Argentina, they're only a couple metres out. It was nicely done. Oh, that's very close. The original run from Oviedo. Now around the side, Thomas Lavanini. New Zealand needing to defend like this game, and the championship depends on it. Flat ball, Argentina over, and they score again. Taking the lead now. They have been it's Agustin Crevi, who's got himself the try. I just did mention that he was the man who scored the last try for Argentina in the last game up against New Zealand for a Rugby Championship fixture. And he's done it again, Agustin Crevi, his 6th of his career. And Abbeys need centres with venom and sting. And when I saw that Argentina was winning, I literally stopped breathing, says Hazel. And now they are again. They're going to be in the lead 33 points to 30 with a kick to come straight out in front of the post. South Africans are getting excited now, says Trajan. And also we have got there, and ahead says Reno, Rico might lose his jersey. Yeah, although that one wasn't so much Rico's fault. It was poor from the pass of Savia, not finding the man, miscommunication between McKenzie and Barrett led to it going only just outside of the in-goal area. So either way, Ioane, I don't think could have gone really anywhere with the amount of Argentines that were after him. New Zealand taking it quickly, but they're not allowed to, as there was another person on the field. And last minute try for the Kiwis, trust me, says Siabunga there. And Argentina not even trying, they got this one. And good gracious, says Moa Hunter. But yeah, Augustine Crevi, the man who gets over winners full time, still another 10 minutes away in this matchup. We have got there Los Pumas, says Daniel, and Wahoo, says Carl. Not much time left, says Trio. Now it's going to be kicked off, nicely taken by Elias. 10 minutes remaining, Buzz and Velez now on the field. Oh no, not quite. Bertrano still on there for a little bit longer. Why wouldn't you have changed out DMAC by now? It's because they've already made all their subs. They've already got Will Jordan on the field, Rico Ioane, and also Cortez Ratama. Most points versus Argentina, for Argentina versus the All Blacks. This is the most ever points that they have scored up against the All Blacks. 2022, they scored 25. That's a not straight line out from the All Blacks, and another scrum feed now for Argentina. And all for All Blacks, says Paul Henry. And Razor looks gutted in the coaching box. This has certainly not been what they've planned, I can tell you that right now. Hopefully we lose to show that Razor wasn't the right choice for the top job. Then if that's the case, then who is? Because I know that a lot of people are looking at Razor. Some people are now saying Vern Cotter because he's got one Super Rugby title. But, like, who's your guy then if you're getting rid of Razor? I think that you got to think about who's your next guy if you're going to get rid of the current guy. Another loss in New Zealand. They will smack them at Eden Park. And I think the All Blacks are like the English soccer team and are living in the past, says Kelly. Rugby is indeed changing, says Sayur. Looks like a bit of an injury here for Joel Scalavi. Pumas on fire, says Trio. And there is no one should get the blame. What a match. Says Eric, some passion. Same passion as us, Bok. B's put up 30 points and you still complain. Says Roger. And also we got the laughing face from Squid. And time left. Still another 9 minutes left in this contest. Plenty of time left. But if Argentina score one more, I would say that that would secure the win for them in this matchup. He better look gutted. Will come good. No, New Zealand Rugby is dead. Ireland or France are winning the World Cup. Says HR, although they've got to do better than they did at the last one. Of course, not winning that World Cup, did they? Wallabies watching us right now. Says Tigger and accept the fact that the Pumas are getting better against the ABs go. Says Fa'alatonga. I believe it is. Can you guys go flippy floppy and Razor already without having seen much yet? Yeah, see, it's very early on. Like, to sack a coach 3 games in would be really bad idea, to say the very least. But that is another penalty now at scrum time for Argentina. And the box are going to be a nightmare for ABs if they play like this, says Jan. Carrington and Fisher won both the kayaks semi-finals with the fastest time, says Gary. Now, getting ready to kick this one towards the touchline. It will be Thomas Albanoz. Oh, Pablo Matero needs a new pair of boots. I think he's ripped the side out of one of them. Rugby sucks, says Mike Keenan. So how did you end up here, Mike, if you don't like rugby? Or do you just come on to say that you don't like rugby and then, you leave and go back to your normal life? But I can't see the game, says Claudia. That is because YouTube have a policy against showing matches. Unfortunately, Mike, your mum sucks. That's mean, bystander. You can't say that. Any space for Loa Aki and Jameson Gibson Park, says a YouTube user. And I said Pumas all night, says Relaxing Kiwi. Currently 8 minutes remaining. Mike likes attention, says Arthur. Wallaby side is like high school side box has to brag about, says Outlaw. And what a shock. Yeah, I mean, this has been brilliant work from Argentina. From start to finish in this game, they have come in with a clear game plan and a clear, I guess, vision of what they wanted to do in this game. And so far, they've executed it well. Hopefully, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because, a lot of people still feel like New Zealand can win this game, but would you say that they deserve to win this game with how well Argentina have played so far? How did that guy comment without a user ID? Says Joseph. And try time ABs. Come on, ABs. But now it is going to be a line out for Argentina. The last one was stolen by Ethan Blackadder. playing a little bit of Living on a Prayer around this stadium, bit of Bon Jovi. And we have got there the game played in heaven, says Terry Fisher. Is Emiliano Boffelli still injured? I believe so. I don't think he's too far from coming back, though, which is good news. Kicked into touch by Thomas Albanoz. I feel sorry for your AB's team. So everyone be on your team's lost, mate. Says G. And don't forget Argentina and New Zealand last minute in the semi-final in the Rugby World Cup. And in that game, it was 44 points to 6. So is that massive improvement here for Argentina, or is this massive, I guess, backward steps for the All Blacks? And Mike needs to go back to his knitting, says Gypsy. And what a game. Yeah, it's been start to finish very entertaining. Bon Jovi, yeah, the artist who sings Living on a Prayer. Now, making his way forward. On back into the pocket. Burrano. Now going to the left-hand side. Nice attack and run from Thomas. Oh no, it's in fact Santiago Chocabarez. Now Mateo Carreras takes it quickly. New Zealand looking for the turnover and the breakdown, and they've got it. Artie Savia helping out. Argentina having to leave their feet and get out of the breakdown. And going off to the right-hand side. Now, Bowden Barrett kicking this one in behind. Nicely taken by Argentina's replacement. And Thomas Albanoz, he's kicked that one out on the full, though. Mistake made by Argentina. Now they have to try and capitalise. Sitting in our cabin on a cruise ship with wine and listening to your commentary. Hopefully you are enjoying your cruise, Steve, wherever you are, of course, in the world at the moment. And we have got playing any sport with an expectation to never lose. It's unrealistic. Most world champions sometimes have a howler, says Will Morris. Nice flat run from Geordie Barrett on the halfway line. Cortez Ratama going across to Artie Savia. That was almost Argentina's ball. Now McKenzie. Bowden Barrett with the inside ball to Wallace. Satiti. Slightly isolated, and the penalty goes the way of Argentina again. They are having a blinder of a contest here. Augustine Crevi gets over the ball. Come on, the ABC's Gypsy. And All Blacks are slipping over time. A massive backward step for the ABs. Too many coaches go Argentina, says Scorpio. Need more variation, says Rodney. Are you doing URC games? We certainly are. Now Thomas Albanoz. And we'll have another opportunity to kick this one for touch. New Zealand, they're slightly strategic because at least when they're giving away penalties, it isn't inside of their own half. So Argentina can't capitalise and take the 3 points. But great driving tackle on Wallace Satiti. I think that was relatively clean from Crevi. They are celebrating big time. And the coaching box goes the Pumas. And awesome commentary, bro, says Masati there. Now line out throw for Augustine Crevi. Still 5 minutes left. Do you do Premiership? Not as much as the URC. My poor heart says blue here. Nicely claimed by Argentina. They will look to get this rolling ball going. New Zealand need to keep their discipline because if they end up entering through the side, that's a great rolling ball from Argentina. Though they have made about 25 metres just in this process. Breaking off the back now. Joel Scalavi lined up by Asafo Moore. So Argentina take on a drop kick here with where they are on the field. Now, it's going to be Gonzalo Burrano again going off to Pablo Matera. New Zealand told no. They wanted to get the turnover, but they couldn't do so. Now, back across Burrano. Heading away to Augustine Crevi. Savia on the ball and wins the penalty for the ABs. If any player was going to step up in these final moments, it would certainly be Artie Savia for them. But we have got a donation. Thank you very much, David the Mold. Appreciate your content, Hamish. Keep up the good work, buddy. Thank you very much, mate. Greatly appreciated. This game going down to the wire. Sky Stadium in Wellington is what Kings Park to Durban is for the Springboks. Worst place to play for the home team. And we have got there. New Zealand seems to be kicking that ball away more often than keeping it in hand. And Graham Henry, best coach all the way, number one. Now Asafo Moore with 4 minutes remaining in this game. There'd be a draw on the cards, ladies and gentlemen. It's been thrown in over the top. I don't know what happened there. The All Blacks, the biggest miscommunication we have almost seen from them all game. They did not get it right there. And because of it, Argentina again will get themselves the possession. Wallace Atiti tried to get the turnover, but he wasn't on the ball. There's an advantage for Argentina. They are in the box seat now, ladies and gents. All they need to do... Oh, they're going to go for the drop kick. While they are at it, it's kicked high. It's kicked long, and it's just short and wide. And now they will have the penalty from about 35 metres out. That is against Wallace Atiti in the breakdown. No release in the break down there. He's frustrated, Satiti. He doesn't know whether it was. Bring back Buck, says Mike. I'm sure your energy doesn't reflect the vibe in the stadium behind you. Boss, you'd sell tickets for snail racing. Awesome work. Says Warren. I can't wait for the next weekend. Go Argentina, says Beyonce. And there as well. But now... Satiti, he was waiting. He was looking at the ref, waiting for his warning of whether or not he was supposed to go for it or not. But now this is the kick that can change the game, ladies and gentlemen. If this goes over, there shouldn't be enough time for New Zealand to get back into this contest. But if this somehow misses for Santiago Carreras, who has been solid and has been very strong throughout today, 6 from 7, surely this one goes well for Carreras and gives them the 8-point lead. He's going to use up as much of the shot clock as he can. And now Carreras, oh, he slipped, but he still got it over. That was, that would have been a hard in the mouth kind of moment for Santiago Carreras. Now 1 minute 30 remaining, and it's going to be Argentina with the 8-point lead. New Zealand rushing up to halfway. They know they have to go quickly, and they know that they need some form of points in the very near future. McKenzie goes short, and it's taken by Argentina with Pablo Matera. New Zealand trying to hold that ball in the rolling ball. They've been told to leave it. And he slips, says Julian. And now New Zealand looking for the turnover. They can't get it, though. Only 1 minute 15 remaining on the clock. New Zealand, if they want to win this game, would have to get some sort of position and some sort of penalty in the next 1 minute or so. And at this point, New Zealand aren't even receiving a bonus point in this case. Now, going back to the left-hand side here, Gonzalo Burrano. Only 50 seconds remaining in this contest. New Zealand trying desperately to get those turnovers, but they haven't been able to do so. Now onto the ball again. Ethan Blackadder doesn't get it. Now 35 seconds remaining. New Zealand wanting that turnover. And well done, Boomers, says Babe there. I'm trying to watch Olympic basketball. And also well done, the Boomers. Now stolen by New Zealand, but the penalty goes against them. Tell you what, Ratama would have been gone had they not gone back for that penalty. But Argentina at Wellington 2 times in a row now have beaten the All Blacks. They've got 7 seconds remaining. And now all they have to do is take the tap, kick this ball into touch, and Argentina will win this game 38 points to 30. They are making more history for this Los Pumas side, beating New Zealand in New Zealand by 8 points. New Zealand don't even receive a single point from this contest. Pablo Matera is in tears. And didn't Hamish say he'd eat his tie if Avies lost? I did not say that, Eric, because this tie would not be very edible. And greatest game so far this year, says Glenn Woods. And how much were Argentina paying at the start? I honestly don't know. I assume they would have been big underdogs, though. Maybe like $7, something like that, I would assume. Celebrate Argentina, you deserve it. Great commentary. 8 cheers, mate. You are a legend. Says Kernowick. Razor is to blame for dropping Satutu. Blackadder is useless. He needs to be replaced by Satutu. Satutu doesn't play 6, though. And that's where Blackadder was playing in this game. So it's like, I guess if you're saying you'd put Savia in there somewhere, maybe, in terms of a bit of a reshuffle. But yeah, you're not playing Satutu at 6. No one does. Great work, Hamish, says Justin Lodge. Thank you very much, Ray. Greatly appreciated. And $8 is what someone said, and 4 to 1. How bad do you have to be to not train defense? Says Stomach Egg. I dropped like 30 on Argentina, but at $6.50 odds. Yes, I finally admit there's a problem with rugby in New Zealand, says Warren. And this is concerning. I was wondering how weak are Australia and how good are the Box. And now I'm asking how good are Argentina and how poor are New Zealand. Says Breakdown. I mean, you can look at this game as, like, it's unfortunate for New Zealand, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, you know, you can't get much worse than that at times, you know. Mr. Kiwiland must admit your presenters, referees, crowd and fans are a lot of biased bunch. To my opinion, hang on, it's going too quick. To my opinion, that incident by Blackadder was definitely a yellow. Congratulations, Pumas, well-deserved win. I mean, we did say at the time, though, that it could have been a yellow Jacobus, but, you know, it's one of those ones, did it change the game? Not necessarily. Argentina taking their chances throughout this matchup, and now New Zealand have a lot of head-scratching to do. What are they going to change for the next game up against Argentina? It's going to be at Eden Park. Stop blame game. It's the start of a new era in the All Blacks. We will see how this team will become in 2027. And also we have got this is also a wake-up call for New Zealand, so who knows? And also we have got the hoodoo at Wellington continues. Thank you for the commentary, Hamish. Appreciate it a lot, says Bonito. And someone tell me why they brought on the subs too late. Yeah, see, that's something else that they'll look at as, you know, it could have been different. But I think a lot of credit does still need to go to the Argentine side. They were phenomenal throughout this game. Okay, here we go. Augustine Creves just said that was a great win, but we don't care. We want next week. We want to make it 2 from 2. And that's that winning mentality that Argentina need to carry throughout this rugby championship. Got a strong group of players, and they have pulled off a great win here up against New Zealand. I'm in tears, says Gonzalo, relaxing Kiwi. I got some art available now if you cashed up, says Borrow. And also we get that nice, says Richie McCaw. And also we have got well done Argentina. Yeah, a fantastic performance from start to finish for Argentina. Their defence was formidable throughout this 80 minutes. They made the All Blacks pay for the mistakes, and there were far too many of them throughout this game. We have got there, so happy, says Gonzalo. So Lord, was a great game. And also we have the execution was atrocious, says JDB, yeah. But that does happen when you do stick a whole heap of players who don't play together into a mix, which I do think they got the selection wrong. I don't want to say it's too critical because, of course, we could never know what was going to happen. But when you're going to put, like for me, it was Geordie Barrett staying out there and Anton Leonard-Brown going off when Leonard-Brown, I think, was one of the best All Blacks on the field. You know, Blackadder staying out there when he had made many errors, when maybe that's where Satiti should have gone on. Leaving TJ on for too long. There'll be little things in this game that New Zealand look at and go, that was pretty bad. And we should have made a difference. Zach Razor, the social media coach, says so really. And with this type of performance, ABs will struggle to beat Wallabies in this competition, says JMK. And started the wrong backline, subs on too late. RG's defence was sublime. Yeah, Argentina were great in this game. And I want to see what they do next. Because, you know, we saw them lose to France in that first game of the July Internationals. They came back and won 33-25 in the second. And then they dominated Uruguay. I wonder, is it too optimistic to think that Argentina have a strong rugby championship ahead of them? I would love to see it. But the question is, can they back it up? And hopefully we do know the answers to that extremely soon. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. We will be doing a post-match review of this contest, looking through at some of the stats to do with this matchup, which there are quite a few in terms of who were the key players and who were slightly disappointing. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. We will be back next week with 2 more games of the Rugby Championship. So if you are new, of course, be sure to hit that subscribe button. But I do thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you all for the next one.